taste love, a heart saver, a heart prayer that awaken his God layer. True art maker, hand solo, no partaker. Walker upon skies, my style, I Darth Vader. My cognac, I sit back and sit that. Family doing good in the present, my gift rap, I'm fine. Staying high for the lows I was used to. Like robbing off a plan, niggas still trying to boost you. High your praise, I'm value when the Jews up and talk. Guaranteed you get the itis on my food for thought. Just digesting the fact, now I got fruits of labor. This melanin pomegranate, I'm your newest flavor. Tell my newest hater, stay with the lesser than, I'm due for greater. Breaking down trees is what I used to do for paper. I look around how it's going right now. I gotta look up and think God like wow. Been new, I've always been good finding my way alone. And if your misery love company, I'm staying home. Straight chillin', chillin', straight chillin', chillin', yeah. And I've always been good finding my way alone. See if your misery love company, I'm staying home. Straight chillin', chillin', straight chillin', chillin', yeah.
See, little shit like that lets me further know what it is you really do.
Yo, what it do, y'all? What it do, y'all? I'm the host with the motherfucking most, Chill motherfucking Murray. You are now tuned to live from the spot. Shout out to everybody tuning in, not tuning in. You know how we do it, how we rock. I know I sound like I'm excuse me. I just ate. I'm a little bit under the weather. I wasn't gonna get on tonight, but I'd have said fuck it. I was gonna get on tomorrow night, but it's a little bit of a lot happening right now. And word on the street is in 10 minutes Drake is dropping the album. So that was another reason I got on. Word on the street is Drake's dropping the album tonight. Word on the street. I don't know how true that is. We could be very wrong. But the way academics is sounding right now, and a couple other people, a couple other sources, are screaming Drake is dropping Iceman tonight. Like I said, I don't know how true it is. We will see within the hour of how true that is. But we did get word of the video that he's shooting. So I guess we could start there. I usually wait till a couple people get in here, but like I said, ain't that type of night. Ain't that type of night. Ain't that type of night. Ain't my type of hype right now. Yeah, I guess we'll start there. And I guess I'll show myself on the big cam shortly here in a second. Let me just get a couple things up. Like I said, I was not going to get on, so I didn't have shit prepared. We're going to freestyle the fuck out of tonight. We are freestyling the fuck out of tonight. Let me type this up real quick here. We go to now Toronto. I think they have a video of the explosion. They just got pictures of it. No real video. Let me see. It might be something on this. Like I said, it doesn't make sense we getting on camera just yet. Oh, there's a video of it. Okay. There is a video of it. Okay. All right, jig is up. The jig is up. I shall show myself. Got a big cam now. Doing a big cam now. For when I gotta do other shit in the background. I'm gonna do a big cam for y'all now. For when I gotta do other shit. What's going on, y'all? Also, Dave got arrested. Let me pull up a couple of things real quick while I'm at it. I need to start making some AI jazz music. That's what I need to start doing, making some AI jazz music. All right, so first things first. First things first, man. You fucking with the worst. I kind of am the worst at my job sometimes. I don't mean to be, but man. Is my mic too low? Well, I feel like my mic low. I feel like my mic low. Oh, there you go. There you go. I feel like I was low. I feel like I was a little too low. A little too low. A little too low. All right, so. It says courtesy of Drake Direct X. So did he get Director X? Did he get Director X for another video? So I think Director X did Not Nice. Did he do Not Nice with Drake? I forgot what video he did with him. I know he did a couple of videos for him. Yeah, Hotline Bling. I think he did Not Nice. I think he also did I can't remember the name of it now. The one where he was crying. I can't remember the video he was crying. Yeah, I know he did Hotline Bling. He did In My Feelings. Did he do whatchamacallit for that? He did one for him? He did one for Khaled, I mean? I didn't know that. Okay. But yeah, he's done a couple of videos. HYFR. That was the other way he did for him. Okay. So HYFR was the other video he did for him. He did Wait For You as well with those featuring Drake. Okay. So yeah, this is another Director X video. And apparently, this is from Toronto Now. Heard an explosion last night. Turns out it was for Drake's music video. Residents near Downsview Airport were warned of loud bangs, flashes, and smoke, all due to a Drake music video. It says the loud bangs, flashes, and smoke reported near Downsview Airport were part of a pre-approved music video shoot by Drake, not an emergency. Notices went out about unusual activity the week of April 13th, but many locals didn't know the cause, with some mistaking the sounds for thunder or everyday disturbances. Drake later confirmed the shoot on Instagram using the dramatic visuals to build hype for his upcoming album Iceman, which still has no official release date. Did you see an explosion near Downsview? Turns out to be Drake. Residents were warned of loud noises, flashes of light, and brief smoke in the area the week of the April 13th. What's this say right here? This is a Park Alerts post on Instagram. It says during the week of April 18th in the evening, residents and visitors may notice loud noises, flashes of light, and or smoke area for short periods of time. These effects are part of a pre-approved controlled activity occurring at Downsview Park and will be conducted by licensed professionals in coordination with Toronto Police and Fire Services. There is no risk to public safety. Though no one knew what these activities were, one Reddit user wrote, "Thought it was thunder." Another added, "I'm at Keel and Wilson and I was preoccupied with playing Leaf Green on my Switch. I heard a loud bang outside and I just thought that it was a massive raccoon that knocked over one of our garbage bins." But another user guessed it, saying it's Drake. Drake himself confirmed the speculation through 2 Instagram stories showing the explosions. This is just one of his latest stunts, building anticipation for his upcoming album, Iceman, which has yet to be confirmed release date. I'm not sure why I don't have the rest of it here. This is supposed to be called Project Bot. Supposed to be a thing called Project Bot. Yeah, it's called Project Bot is what the video is. And I can already assume what it is. It's definitely, I can sense it's going to be a Kendrick diss. So he's ramping the Kendrick diss again. I could already see that for sure happening. He is ramping up the Kendrick diss again. Especially with calling it Project Bot. Everybody remembers the allegations of Universal pretty much using bots to amp up the song Not Like Us, as well as the bots that pretty much were disliking Drake's songs. Like the 6 p.m. was it the 6? It was it was some record he had put out. The one of the very best he put out for the diss, going on vacation afterwards. He didn't feel like battling anymore. It had nothing but dislikes on it. That was the first time the not like button. This for Not Like Us, as well as just disliking Drake in general, saying Drake had lost. And a lot of Drake news. See the sources outside a closed circle claim responsibility for the massive Toronto explosion. Trying to see where it was. Okay, so per filming notification, Project Bot is the name of the film project explosion was coordinated for. As such, many fans assume for a music video for highly anticipated new album Iceman. Further, some believe the Project Bot title refers to allegations of body manipulation, coordinated hate campaigns, the Drizzy camp levied at Kendrick Lamar, and others in the aftermath of the beef. Others think this is an irrelevant placeholder title that won't have much to do with the final product. In any case, it seems like the project is right around the corner. So it does make sense if Drake is dropping an album right now. Or should I say if Drake drops an album this weekend and have the music video up as well. I don't think I can view his Instagram, can I? Because I never logged in my shit here. Is it gonna let me see his Instagram? Probably not. Probably not, because my shit won't log me in. Okay, so yeah. Because these are the most recent pictures he's put up. Not really much as far as, you know, the album itself is concerned. Just pretty much of him chilling. Guy still has 141 million followers, you know. And at this point, I would think, not me per se, but music misses him. So it makes sense for him to drop this album right now. Number one, there is little to no records charting in hip hop. Little to no records are charting in hip hop right now. On top of, there are no rap records out right now. No rap records right now. There's no albums out. Like, it's a clear runway for Drake right now. Literally a clear runway. The only thing that could stop a Drake album from dropping and doing what it usually would do is a Kendrick Lamar dropping right on top of that. And I think he knows that. Because so similar to when the Family Matters the Family Matters record came out, in the same, I want to say 10, 15 minutes later, we got Meet the Grams. I think Drake is at a point now where he realizes that if he was to do anything right now big, Kendrick is watching and waiting with something. And the same people, pretty much the same people, have the same eyes and ears and mouth connected to each other as far as the camps are concerned. So it's a little bit more difficult for Drake to just do a surprise album the way he would and not have anything to worry about in this case because of a Kendrick Lamar in his camp. So have to be very cautious. He has to be very cautious of things. Understandably so. Speaking of cautious of things. Now it is 12 o'clock. So I'm going to keep my eyes out for things. Pretty much just going to keep refreshing this. Just to see if this album is coming tonight. Just to see. What is it? Universal time. What is the Universal time zone right now? Okay. Just checking. So speaking of and do they have the girl that responded? Oh, the lawyer already spoke out. Okay. Boom. All right. So Ice Spice allegedly got slapped. She was allegedly slapped in McDonald's earlier. Well, I don't know if it was today or not, but fans are flooding the internet with questions after video footage shows a young woman attacking Ice Spice while she was eating at McDonald's in LA. TMZ dropped the clip, which sees the woman and Ice getting into a heated exchange before things turned physical. This is according to the video. TMZ got a woman named Vaya jogged up to Ice Spice while she was eating with a friend at Hollywood McDonald's on Wednesday. So this is in LA, April 15th. Okay, so this is a few days ago, actually. So once Vaya reaches Ice's booth, she asked her, is she ready to shake ass? It's an interesting question. Ice then responds, so go shake ass. Vaya then asks if she is from California, and the two keep going back and forth as Vaya steps closer and gets in Ice's face. That's when things escalate. Vaya starts swinging and even appears to slap Ice in the face at one point. Now, there's a video also of the girl explaining what happened, and that doesn't.
So you from Cali? So go shake ass. So you from Cali? Are you from Cali? Where you from? Are you from Cali? Where you from? Are you from Cali? No, I'm from Chirag. Where you from? Oh, you're from Chirag. Yeah. So where you from? So where you from? I'm from McDonald's. I got you. Well, I'm from Wait. Where you from? Where you from? Where you
See, I don't care what nobody say. That's still a Bronx girl at the end of the day. That's still a Bronx chick at the end of the day, y'all. Because you see how quick she got over all these tables right here? How quick she backed her face, and now she barely got that hit in. This Vaya girl, she barely got that hit in. And Ice Spice quickly moved across these tables right here and says, bitch, where you from? And immediately got into that stance. Like, regardless of what people want to say with this video here, I'm looking for the video now. I gotta probably go back out. Regardless of what people say here with this one, right? Ice Spice was ready to throw down.
But you the one got into them that I'm here, right?
I didn't know. I didn't know he was here. You were thinking that way. I didn't know he was here.
Nah, why did you just touch me?
Are you
I
good?
got my phone.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's why.
Now, what it looked like to me, I'm gonna run it back again because what it looked like to me, I wish they would have showed the footage of when she actually was walking up, because in the video that I had seen when she was walking, let me see if I can find it here. In the video I saw when she was walking up, the girl looked like she got amped up to do that. From what I had seen, it looked like the girl pretty much had. Okay, so this is a better view. This is a much better view of it. I'm gonna get YouTube Premium for us too. Okay, so look how this looks, right? This literally looks like someone had walked in ahead of time and saw Ice Spice sitting there. This wasn't like this girl was just randomly eating or ordering food and just happened to be there and wanted a picture with Ice Spice. This literally looks like someone outside had went in there and said, "Oh shit, Ice Spice in there." And then one of them came out and said to this girl Via, "Hey yo, Ice Spice is up in there." And that conversation led to either I'm going to slap her, or somebody said you should slap her, or somebody said you should start shit with her. I guarantee you that is how this happened. Just by how this looks, by how this girl is running up to her, smiling and ready to prank her, and then you hear the words, "So you ready to shake some ass?" Like, that's not what a fan says to somebody. If you want to get a picture, you want to do this, that, and the third, say what's up, the last thing you say to somebody is, "You ready to shake some ass?" See what I mean? Like, these two don't know each other. Let's put that in the context as well. These two do not know each other. So she's already being disrespectful coming up to this girl and just rubbing her ass on her. Of course, Ice Spice sees it and like, okay, who the fuck are you? What are you doing? Why are you here? Why are you harassing my friend? See? And right then and there, the question gets asked, "Are you ready to shake some ass?" This was a prank. This was a young kid trying to prank Ice Spice. I could already see that. Someone told this girl to go in here and harass Ice Spice. You see how she was ready to get up in her face? It wasn't like she just came out and just started swinging. She was trying to get Ice Spice to say something to her to provoke her to swing. So she just did it anyway. That's how you know that this was a setup. She says, "I'm from McDonald's." See, she barely even got the hit off. Look at that. Barely gets the hit off. Of course, this guy comes in like, all right, this is not going the way we planned it. Let me just get her off. Let me get her out of here. She's about to bust her ass on the soda that she just knocked over. She barely got the hit in. Ice Spice is ready to throw down. As quick as she got up, you see how quick Ice Spice is on top of these chairs already? Like I said, the Bronx has not left her. Like I said, how quick she got on top of these tables and went across and then got into immediate stance. Like she was ready to immediate stance right here. Ice was ready to throw the fuck down. And of course, the homie is doing what he needed to do as far as pulling this chick back, because this chick could have got herself hurt. We talking about a been in the gym every day Ice Spice here. We ain't talking about young Ice Spice that was eating the McDonald's and not being healthy rich. Not being healthy poor Ice Spice. We talking about grown, been in the gym lately, hitting them bags, got a trainer and everything Ice Spice. This little girl could have got her ass whipped. And like I said, we talking about somebody that's from the Bronx. She is not scared of the fade. Yeah, see, homie right here was just chilling with this dude right here, just eating McDonald's, and he just happened to look over at the incident. He was not with the people outside. The dude with the afro, that's why I said, I guarantee you that dude that came in and pulled her off was the one that came in there originally and saw Ice Spice. And then he came out and said, yo, Ice Spice is in there. Now, like I said, I don't know if his conversation led to the girl saying, yo, I'm going to go slap her, or if there was a prank that was set up and he was like, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, see, Ice Spice was trying to figure it out right then and there. Like, hold up. Were you with them? Did you set this up? Is this a prank? What? Yeah, see, she already knew what time it was. That's why he said, fuck you and that bitch. She knew exactly what was going on already. So it did continue outside. Hold on, what did they say? Yeah, see, y'all really running from Ice Spice. I saw what it was already. A bunch of young dumb kids outside wanted to pull a prank on Ice Spice.
That's really Ice Spice. What the you end that? Alright. What the happened? Why is that? Oh no, she's drunk, but just relax. Why would I relax if she's touching? She's drunk. Where is she?
Okay, so now we're hearing even more of the story here. So the girl was drunk. So now I could already see what happened. The girl saw the dude probably went in there, saw Ice Spice, came out, said, yo, Ice Spice in there. The drunk shorty goes in there, starts harassing her, and gets into the conflict, and then comes back and then gets pulled out, of course. Why he didn't pull her out ahead of time before her running up in there, I don't know.
What the f***? Your hands is Ice Spice. We're going viral. Next week, we gotta shame you. You can expect a wait, calm down.
Now, see, he's ready to fight her now. This is why I already thought what I thought beforehand, and that he had sent her in there. Because now he's ready to throw down with her. He's being a bitch ass nigga for that. Trying to fight Ice Spice. He's really being a bitch ass nigga for that. Like, he's trying to fight for his girl that was going to get fucked up. That's really what that is. And it don't make it no better that he's trying to now fight Ice Spice, because now you about to get yourself in an even worse situation. You guys are lucky, and I mean lucky. And I need to read that other part too, what Ice Spice lawyer has now said. because you guys are going to be very lucky if she doesn't, one, press charges on you two idiots, and two, you guys are going to be lucky if you're going to be able to walk around there, because it sounds like she actually stays in the area.
Why would you fight me, bitch? You 120 pounds. Let's get at it then. Let's get at it then. Calm down. Calm down. Wait. Y'all think cause the famous? You from what? You. Where you from? What happened? I don't understand. What you mean what happened? I wasn't get off your shit. You wasn't there. Where she at? Where she at? And why the
And the other thing that I'm thinking here is, where the fuck is Ice Spice's security during all this? Like, I agree with what they say. She needs a boyfriend or something in this situation. Yes, she can handle herself. That's evident right now. She can damn sure handle herself. But where is your security, Ice?
you want to record? It's funny.
This went on for a bit. This went on for a little minute. Okay, so now they got it shaking. They got it shaking. Okay, so they did get it shaking.
Hey, don't jump her. Hey, don't push him though. Don't push him though. Don't push him because he can't hit you the back. Don't push him. Calm down. All right, but calm down.
Now, like I said, he a bitch ass nigga for that, because it looked like she was getting her shit rocked. That push came from him. That's how she ended up on the ground. I was wondering how she ended up on the ground, but it was the boyfriend.
Hey, don't jump her. Hey, don't push him though. Don't push him though.
Now, I couldn't tell, but it looked like she got the shot off on Ice Spice and knocked her down. Not knocked her out, but she definitely got a shot off and knocked her down, but like she just rushed her. So he didn't really do anything. Yeah, he pushed her there, and then the girl runs up on Ice. And that's why they started screaming, "Don't jump her," because it was the one girl over there trying to hold the other one running at her. And I guess that's how Ice Spice really ended up on the ground after the hit. Because you hit a hit right there. She didn't necessarily knock her down from the hit. She just ran down into her. Yeah, that's all it was. She just ran down into her. And then they pulled her off.
Hey, don't jump her.
Yeah, he's screaming, "She dropped you. She dropped her." Like, no, she didn't really drop her. She hit her and then just ran at her. That's all she did. She didn't really drop her from the shot. That's somebody just hitting you with force and then just running at your body and then just pushing you on the ground. That's all she did. She didn't knock her out or anything like that. She just hit her and then pushed her on the ground.
Hey, don't push him though. Don't push him though. Don't push him because he can't hit you the back. Don't.
Now, and then, see, that's what I'm saying. This is why she needs security for situations like this, where this girl that's obviously filming it is with them, saying, "Oh, he can't hit you the fuck back." No, he can't. He should not be able to hit you back. Not any of the females that's there. She's trying to protect Ice from the guy hitting her. Like, he should not be allowed to hit her. No. She's trying to protect Ice from getting jumped. He has no right to hit Ice. in any way, shape, or form. But like I said, you can definitely tell where something was set up here. That's why I could already see that guy had went into McDonald's ahead of time before this one entered it. The guy that helped her, or should I say the guy that pulled the girl that went in there, when he came in running, so I want to see exactly when he came in.
Cali? Are you from Cali? Where you from? Are you from Cali? Where you from? Are you from Cali? No, I'm from Chirac. Where you from?
Okay, so he's already by the door. So he was definitely watching this whole thing go on.
Oh, you're from Chirac. Yeah.
Yeah, he knew what was going on already.
So where you from? So where you from? I'm from McDonald's. I'm from Wait.
See? You see how he said that? They about to get down. There's about to be a fade. You see how he said that? This is how I know. Like I said, he came in there ahead of time and said that Ice Spice was in there. I could already see how this happened. He walked in there ahead of time, saw Ice Spice in there, comes out. See how he dabs him up? They're both drunk. These two were both drunk and decided to just harass Ice Spice. That's what this was. And I can't tell what time of night is this. 6:24. So this is at 6:24 in the evening. See, the only thing about something like this happening outside like this at this time of night in the evenings at 6:30, 7 o'clock at night is because when I went to LA, right, a couple of years ago, and literally they were telling me the whole time, like, be careful because there's Hollywood Boulevard here, but then there's the hood down the block. And you can literally see that when you walk on Hollywood Boulevard when it's not a bunch of glitz and glamour outside. It literally looks like Jamaica fucking Avenue. It looks like a regular neighborhood at that time of day when there's nothing happening, no celebrities moving through. It looks like a regular shopping center. Okay? And you can easily tell it's some type of urbanness going on there. It's not like it's suburban where it's just a bunch of, like I said, people walking around and with Louis Vuitton shopping bags and whatnot. It's not none of that. It's a regular neighborhood. So you can definitely see a place where this could happen, definitely. Because like I said, down the hood, this is the Hollywood McDonald's. So down the street is where the hood is. It's not like this was just far-fetched to happen. But like I said, my question now is, we're going to look at now the young lady's response. I want to know, what is Ice Spice net worth? Because that's the other thing that's getting to me right now. Is what is her net worth right now? She's between $5 and $8 million. Not a small penny, but not a huge one either. Not a huge one either. And then it was that debut album that only sold 28,000. How much has she sold altogether? Is that really it? Wait, all she did was 100,000? That's it? That's it? Holy. No wonder. Okay, well. Now you can understand why she's out at McDonald's at 6:30 at night fighting somebody from the hood. There's no money around her anymore. There's literally no money around her anymore. There's no investment in her whatsoever. Interesting.
And we came from the beach earlier that night, and we decided to go walk around Hollywood or whatever.
So this is Vaya. This is the girl that got into the altercation with her.
And we came from the beach earlier that night, and we decided to go walk around Hollywood or whatever. But before we did that, we decided to stop by McDonald's because we all had to use the bathroom. So then one of my friends, she comes out and she was like, "Oh, I think that's Ice Spice over there." And I'm like, "Oh, for real?" So I go up to them and I'm giving her and the other girl she was with compliment. And then immediately Ice Spice was just being rude. She was like, "Why are you over here? You could leave. Bye." And I'm like, "Why are you being rude?" Pretty much. And she was basically saying like, "You could just leave. Bye. Like, I don't even know why you're at my table." Then that's when I proceeded to ask her, like, "You don't got to be rude. I'm just giving you guys a compliment." And I'm like, "You know what? Where are you from?" She said, "I'm from New York." So I said, "Let me tell you something. I don't care where you from." I'm like, "You in LA, you in my city now. You can't be out here disrespecting people. Like, if you wanted us to leave, you could have just politely said, 'Oh, I'm not in the mood' or something, right? Instead of just yelling at me." So she kept going on this.
Now, and this is why I was saying what I said earlier about this girl's alibi and her story, because this would not hold up in court. Like, if police was on the scene, that shit would not hold up. Between what actually happened on the camera versus what you saying right here, it's all bullshit. Especially when we saw you literally disrespecting her friend and her first. You ran up to them disrespecting them. It wasn't like Ice Spice was being rude for no apparent reason. Now, in the past, people have tried to say that or whatever, right? They have tried to say that, you know, she's rude or whatever and doesn't really, you know, comply. This gives her more reason to do that. This gives Ice Spice even more reason to say fuck y'all fans and that want y'all pictures. This gives a lot of celebrities that right to say fuck y'all sometimes. Because you get idiot girls like this that want to make a scene for absolutely no reason. You can tell even how she's talking. This girl's barely like 16, 17 years old, maybe. Maybe 18, 19 years old. Maybe. But this is a kid. This is like this. These were two young, drunk kids that just wanted to go viral for something. And it backfired. It backfired heavily. This backfired heavily. So Ice Spice lawyer speaks out while Vaya explains what allegedly went down. TMZ spoke exclusively with Vaya, the young woman. Okay, so we just looked at that, but what did the lawyer have to say? Yeah, we just saw that. I'm trying to see what the lawyer has said now. Ah, here we go. Okay. After the scuffle, Ice's lawyer spoke on the situation. He says the altercation has been reported to the LAPD. Police will hold perpetrators accountable for their actions. The unprovoked attack on my client has been reported to the LAPD, and we will be pursuing any and all avenues to hold the perpetrators, I don't know if I'm saying that word wrong, perpetrators responsible for their actions, including criminally and civilly. We were also exploring the holding location responsible for their lack of appropriate security. Yes, that's another thing too that is very questionable too. Like, I think I only saw like 2 McDonald's staff members run up in that shit. I was like, all right, well, is anybody from McDonald's staff gonna help? Because y'all got a celebrity in there. And that's another thing too, right? You would think like McDonald's would say, all right, well, we have someone of, you know, of importance in here. We should have some type of, you know, one staff member just standing by them, pretending they're cleaning something, you know, just in the area in case something happens. But no, none of that was going on. But yeah. All right. So I guess while we on the subject of LAPD, I guess while we on the subject of LAPD, like I said, it's not much to get into. I just need to get on here to make sure I covered enough. So they finally got David. But from what I'm hearing, they also arrested him a little too early. Let me just go to law and crime. Like I said, I didn't plan anything today, so if we get added up a little bit, we get added up a little bit, but
The breaking development that singer David has now been arrested in connection with the alleged murder of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez and the release of his attorney's new statement, we have a ton of legal questions we need to answer. Why wasn't he charged yet? He's only been arrested. Why is there a dispute over cause of death? Is there a weakness in this case? What was the evidence LAPD had to make this arrest? So many questions. I'm going to be breaking it down with renowned celebrity criminal defense attorney Bradford Cohen. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. Okay, real quick before we jump into all of this, we have this app, this partner that I think you're going to love. It's called Upside. Upside gets you cash back, extra cash back on everyday purchases like gas, groceries, takeout. So here's what you do. You download Upside for free. You claim an offer at one of their 100,000 plus locations. You pay like normal with your card. You verify the purchase, and just like that, money back. So say I need to get gas or I want takeout one night. I'll search for Upside offers first, and then I apologize. You get an extra 25 cents bonus on 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. And look, while my colleague, Chris Stewart, on the case, broke down the breaking news of David's arrest last night, I was on News Nation. I was hosting my show. I couldn't get to it. I apologize. There is a lot more that we need to break down today. There is a lot more that has come out since that arrest. And there's a lot of legal questions we need to make sense of. I mean, I'm made of legal questions right now. Why wasn't he indicted? Why was he just arrested? Meaning he was arrested for suspicion of murder, but he hasn't been charged. Wasn't there a grand jury hearing evidence? Did the LA District Attorney's Office know the LAPD was going to make an arrest? What happens now in terms of charging? Is this a sign the case may not?
So that was the first thing that threw me off guard, was the news that he got arrested. But then I was like, nothing else? So he's just arrested? Like he's just arrested? What do you mean he's just arrested? Like there's no charge for what he got arrested for? It just says he was arrested for the murder of Celeste Rivas. And like he just said, you could read between the lines easy with that one. Wasn't charged for the murder of Celeste Rivas. So why would you arrest him and not charge him for it? That right there said, okay, something's fishy with this one. Something is real fishy about this. You don't just arrest somebody without charging them. And I said this months ago when we were first looking at the case. I was like, don't trust LAPD with this one. Do not trust LAPD, the same LAPD that held information and allegedly had something to do with Pac's murder, as well as Biggie's murder, as well as withholding information and pretty much just committing bribery, if you want, taking bribery money from Diddy, from Sean Diddy Combs with the Cassie tape, among other things that they're known for with their shady shit, right? Nipsey Hussle. Like, LAPD is not really to be trusted with things. I'll just be honest with that. LAPD is not really to be trusted with a lot of things in regards to celebrity business and murders happening. They're not to be trusted. It's a lot of situations that have gone uncovered and unsolved, or just a lot of shadiness going on in general with LAPD withholding things in behind the scenes, withholding evidence, not just information, withholding evidence. Like I've never trusted the LAPD in regards to anything. So like I said, when I heard the LAPD was involved in this, I'm like, there's nothing to be trusted with LAPD in general.
Be strong. Are there cooperating witnesses? His attorney's statement is very interesting, particularly when they talk about cause of death. But let me just start with this, okay? So this is from the LAPD, their PIO. Quote, detectives from the Los Angeles Police Department Robbery Homicide Division have arrested David Burke, a 21-year-old resident of Los Angeles, for the murder of Celeste Rivas. Burke is being held without bail. The case will be presented to the district attorney's office on Monday for filing consideration. Now, this came in from the LA County District Attorney's Office. Good evening. Our office is aware of the arrest of David Anthony Burke by the Los Angeles Police Department. The case is expected to be presented to the Major Crimes Division, at which point prosecutors will review the facts and evidence to determine whether there is sufficient evidence to file charges. At this time, additional information is not available. We will share an update on Monday once a filing decision has been made. And then this came in late last night. Good evening. The individual mentioned is still in LAPD custody. You may reach out to the district attorney's office once the case has been presented to them. So to be clear, David has been arrested, but he hasn't been officially charged with a crime. And by the way, talk about his arrest. What a scene it was. According to NBC News, David was arrested shortly after 4:30 p.m. at a house in the Hollywood Hills located on Marmont Avenue. I mean, we hadn't heard publicly from David in months. We hadn't seen David publicly in months. He was on his Withered tour when Celeste's body was found, and that tour was canceled. Future dates were canceled. And then he went radio silent. LAPD Captain Scott Williams told the outlet, quote, we did the best we can to keep tabs on him, but once we developed probable cause to arrest him for murder, then we were on him pretty diligently. And he told the California Post they had a probable cause warrant with them when they made the arrest. And there are photos of armed police outside this residence making the arrest. Per reporting from the California Post, David appears to be in handcuffs. He's led away. A neighbor apparently told the outlet that she saw, quote, so many cops on this street that one of them took to a loudspeaker shouting, surrender. This brings me now to David's attorney's statement. So this is from Blair Burke, Marilyn Bednarski, and Regina Peter. Let us be clear, the actual evidence in this case will show that David Burke did not murder Celeste Rivas Hernandez, and he was not the cause of her death. There has been no indictment returned by any grand jury in this case and no criminal complaint filed. David has only been detained under suspicion. We will vigorously defend David's innocence. So that's right, he's innocent until proven guilty. And by the way, that was their first public statement on this case after so many months. And to put this into context, I said 7 months. Remember when I said 7 months? It was back on September 8th when her decomposed body was found in the trunk of a Tesla, reportedly belonging to the romantic homicide singer. And while not officially confirmed by investigators, there has long been speculation and reports that Celeste and David were romantically involved. But remember, there have been no arrests, there have been no charges up until yesterday. That was the first real arrest in connection with the alleged murder of Celeste. Now, Celeste was reported missing from Lake Elsinore back in 2024. This is about 75 miles away from LA. We believe the last reported photo of her was from early 2025. We learned through court filings that Celeste had been dismembered, that her body parts were put in bags. But to be clear, no official cause of death has been revealed. Why? Because the ME's records, the medical examiner's records, were sealed. They were sealed by a court based on a request from the LAPD, which has only added to the speculation, the confusion, the frustration in this case. And those same filings indicated that David was a target in this murder investigation, which is interesting because at one point...
So here's my thing, right? And I agree with you. Straight from DC, what's going on? I agree with you on that. It shouldn't have took him this long to actually convict David. Or even arrest David. Not necessarily convict. It shouldn't have took him this long to arrest David. Correct. Now, the thing is, the reason why this took so long is, and I don't mean to keep bringing him back up, but it's very similar to what happened with Diddy. We already knew they was going to arrest Diddy. We just didn't know when. Diddy knew he was going to be arrested. He didn't know when. That's what happens with these human trafficking employees, right? A lot of them are told ahead of time when and where they're going to be, well, not where necessarily, but they're told when they're possibly going to be arrested so that they are given time to remove any on the surface evidence, right? And that is one of the biggest things about this David thing and Celeste Rivas is there are protected people, right? There are very protected people involving this particular case. One of them would be Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. And how we know one of them is involved, or I should say Benny is definitely involved, was when we did the channeling of Celeste's spirit. And we found out the reason why Celeste was even murdered. It had nothing to do with Celeste leaving David or anything like that. This all had to do with Celeste being a actual human trafficking victim. And she was sold by her parents. Her parents had sold Celeste Rivas off to David. And David was paying a lot of money to have Celeste Rivas. So I already saw that. I could already assume that, you know, even though I would like to hear Benny Blanco get arrested for this, I could already see a world where he is not. If there is an indictment that was going to happen or some type of RICO charge that would happen, you would have to involve so many other people. We saw the text messages that were from one of the traffickers to the parent, to the mother of Celeste. We literally saw the text message of Celeste's mother getting from one of the traffickers that, you know, Celeste was at an airport getting ready to board a plane with someone. And she was getting ready to accept the money. And the guy was asking where to send the money. Like, it's an unfortunate thing. But as I've said before and many, many times about this situation, there are other Celeste Rivas that are very unknown and we can't do anything about, unfortunately. Just like this one, we can't do anything about, unfortunately. It's a very sad case with these human trafficking victims. But what's even more sadder is when we have people that are able to just publicly get away with it. When there are so many different things pointing to who actually did it, even if you don't arrest a Benny Blanco, you would have to convict. Even if you don't arrest and convict a Benny Blanco, it's like, how could you not arrest and convict David with all of the surrounding evidence? Like, forget the Reddit. You have his entire Discord as evidence. You guys went super hard. I forgot what investigation that was, but they went super hard to unlock that iPhone that they couldn't. There's a public Discord of this guy's that could have been investigated to find out what happened and who Celeste Rivas was. Like I said, forget the Reddit that had literally the entire investigation handed out on the platter for you guys to arrest David. His entire Discord, his music, the songs about Celeste. Like, it's just so many things that y'all could say, okay, this guy did something. Now, whether you want to just arrest him or not, that was the other thing, right? You could have easily put together something that was solid. You had plenty of evidence to put together something solid. But again, we're talking about the LAPD here.
Police indicated there may not even be a crime outside concealment of Celeste's body, so something changed. We heard reporting, particularly from TMZ, that a grand jury had been impaneled out in LA on this case. There was back and forth about whether it was a grand jury that could return an indictment or merely it was an investigative grand jury that hears evidence, locks in testimony. And based on what just happened, David being arrested but not charged, isn't that telling? And remember, his purported friend, Neil Langston, was arrested for allegedly failing to appear as a witness, reportedly brought back to LA to testify in a criminal proceeding. We presume it was this grand jury. So as you can see, there are a lot of legal questions about the case, the evidence, the defenses, whether he's actually going to be charged, how he's going to be charged, and that's what I want to talk about. So I want to bring in Bradford Cohen, celebrity criminal defense attorney, friend of the show, friend of mine. So good to see you. I'm very, very confused. Look, I'm confused because he was arrested and not charged. He was arrested, what I think was via a complaint, right? They got him through a probable cause warrant. I thought there was a grand jury that was being impaneled to present an indictment. So the way I understand it is now he's arrested. They're sending it back to the DA's office for filing consideration. And they already have the case? Weren't they already presenting evidence to the grand jury? I'm confused what's going on here.
So I'm confused as well because I thought they were presenting evidence to a grand jury this whole time. I thought that's what was taking so long because they were determining how the cause of death happened, what the evidence was. And it was unusual because it's a Tesla. And usually Tesla has audio and video attached to their car. So you would be able to see who was putting what in where or when it happened and when it was parked. The whole thing was very unusual the way it developed and then how long it took. And then to culminate in an arrest with a complaint seems unbelievably weird because now it's going back to the DA's office who already knows all about this case for filing consideration. So I think that there's something strange going on. It could be, and I'm just spitballing, is a CYA type situation where it could be that the LAPD has a different point of view than the state attorney's office. And now they made the arrest. Now they're putting the onus on the state attorney's office to now say, listen, there's not enough evidence there. So sometimes this happens where the police feel, listen, there's enough. We're making an arrest. The state attorney's office says, don't make an arrest. There's not enough. And the policing agency just makes the arrest and says, good, now you guys can go to the press and tell them there's not enough evidence here to charge this guy where it's his Tesla, it's, 3 blocks from his house, it's his ex-girlfriend, she's 15 years old, and she's found dismembered. Now you go to the press and say there's not enough evidence to charge.
You heard the statements, right? You heard the statements last night.
You love building high-performing websites, but you don't love...
Did it seem to you that the DA's office wasn't aware that the LAPD was going to arrest him? Because they're like, it kind of felt like we were made aware of this. We're aware of what happened. It didn't seem like it was a joint operation that they were, I mean, I could be speculating, but that's what it seemed like to me.
I feel like you hit the nail on the head. That's why I'm saying, like, the only thing I can think of in this situation is that there is not a meeting of the mind in terms of that they have enough evidence to charge this young man. And if they don't have enough evidence, or the state feels they don't, but the LAPD feels they do, like I said, the LAPD never wants to look stupid. And they do look stupid where it feels like there's a lot of evidence here that points to this gentleman, and they're not making an arrest, and it's been 6 months, it's been 8 months. So that's why now they can say, listen, good, here's the state attorney. You say that there's not evidence.
Let me ask you this. Tell me if any of these scenarios could be true. One, the grand jury's still hearing evidence and the LAPD just decided to arrest him while the grand jury's still hearing evidence. B, grand jury came back and said no to an indictment, which would be kind of a rare thing because of the standard to get a grand jury indictment that there's probable cause was very low. So it's maybe the grand jury said no, or maybe this was just a grand jury that was impaneled like an investigative grand jury, hear evidence, lock in testimony, and then move forward from there. Any of those possibilities realistic?
I think the third one's less likely, but it could be. But generally speaking, the first two are probably more likely scenario where the grand jury could be still hearing evidence, but the LAPD felt they weren't moving fast enough, so they made an arrest. There could be that they felt that he was going to flee. It could be that they had information he was leaving the country and they wanted to lock him down because
No. See, here's the thing with that. And this is where I call bullshit again, because if they wanted to lock him up because they thought he was going to get away or flee the country, they would have done that before he went on tour. Because the evidence that they have now is no different than the evidence they had while he's been on tour. None of the evidence has changed. Not a single piece or bit of the evidence since he's been on tour has changed. So that gets thrown out the window. Look, like I said before, the main reason I can already see that they arrested this guy was so that there could be, they're looking at it from a different lens. They're looking at it from the lens of, they're trying to pressure the state attorney or the grand jury to actually go with the okay on the indictment on this, right? But again, to indict somebody on this murder, you would have to have witnesses. You would have to have not just that's part of the evidence is the witnesses. There's no witnesses to this. There's none. There's no witnesses to testify with, right? There's nobody to get on the stand. There's nobody to pull from the stand. There's nobody to speak on David's half like that, to say he went through this, that. There's nothing for them to actually go to court with. Is the whole reason why they even did the blitz this way, is so that it was easier for him to get off. Because if you arrest him without the actual probable, if you arrest him but you don't charge him with the probable cause or anything, it gets to a later thing of, well, he can't be arrested anymore. You see how the chess game happens? You arrest him now, free him, and then now he's out. You can't arrest him for the same thing again. You can charge him and him having to go to court, but you would not have him doing anything as far as getting convicted. I should say you would not have him anything as far as being jailed right now. Right now, it's just the thing of, he's just gotten arrested. But you hear already the talks of he's going to be freed. The reason why he's going to be freed is because he does not have anything on him. But the reason why they can't arrest him again is because they just arrested him for the murder that they didn't have anything on him with. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just no way that they're going to convict him of this. I already said that months ago. They're not going to convict this guy. They are not going to convict him. Unfortunately, this is one of those things where the human trafficking business is going to continue going on, unfortunately, and he's an employee.
Even if you hear the commander, like it seems like they had eyes on him based on the recording, that they knew where he was in the Hollywood Hills.
I would imagine that they knew where every movement that he made was. So generally, I'll tell you how this generally goes. Generally, this goes where if the state or the feds aren't ready to indict, but they feel there's a flight risk, they may make the arrest and then, figure it out. Let's see how it all goes. That's kind of generally how this works when you see this scenario. This is a little bit different because the kid was out of the country, in the country. They've been keeping eyes on him. He knows an investigation is going on. Any minute this kid could have taken off, but he didn't. And I think the LAPD were keeping tabs on him. So that is the least likely situation that I see, but it could have been that. I think more than likely it was that the LAPD feels they have enough evidence and the state does not feel they have enough evidence, and they were tired of waiting and they just made the arrest.
Okay. If you're a producer who hates AI, this plugin might change your mind. This is reimagining co-producer. You can
What's that disconnect? Why might there be a problem in this case? I mean, I'll give you an example. It was reported that Neo Langston, David's purported friend, testified for only 30 to 40 minutes. And this was believed that he was somebody who was important to this case, that allegedly was there, that maybe had a role in this. And allegedly he was arrested for failing to appear. He was arrested in Montana, brought back. So you look at something like that, you're like, well, maybe he didn't give them what they needed. Maybe he pled the fifth. You think about David's defense attorneys who's saying he's not the cause of death. Is there something seriously lacking in this case from an evidentiary point of view?
Oh, I've said this from the jump. Like, everything points to a certain person or certain persons. The problem that you have is that, and I said this originally, is that is it a murder case because they cannot determine the cause of death? Let's say this young lady died from an OD or died from something else, and we don't know at this point how she died. And then after she died, obviously somebody or someone freaks out. They don't know what to do. There's a dead body in the house, puts it in the trunk, tries to forget about it, things of that nature. That's not a murder case, right? That is a illegal disposing of a body. There's other charges that could be, filed on that. Originally, I thought that's where they were going with this, that it wasn't going to be a murder charge because they could not prove the cause of death. I've read some places online that they say, no, now we can prove the cause of death. I don't know how. It's been like 6 or 8 months and they were trying to figure out what the cause of death was. So I think that is a very large hole in a case where you're charging a murder if you cannot figure out how the person died. So if you have no evidence on how the person died, but you have evidence maybe that the body was disposed of in an illegal way, you have a different charge, but you don't have a murder charge. So I think that's the big hole in this case. And
see, I didn't even think about that. He's very right there. He's extremely right in that regard, whereas there is not a single thing on the cause of death with Celeste Rivas. All there is the dismemberment and how long they speculate she had been in there. That's another thing, right? It's still just speculation of how long she was in there or how old she was when she died. It's too many. It's just too many ways to get this kid off. It's just way too many ways to get this kid off. I hate the fact that, like I said, I kind of didn't even want. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I kind of didn't even want to report on the David arrest thing for the simple fact that it irks my soul to know he's going to get away with this. It irks my soul to know he'll get away with it.
No one knows how she died, when she died, because they're trying to determine it, but it's very difficult. And Dr. Bodden did some reports on how bodies decompose and trying to figure out, when someone died. What lends itself to the confusion is it was in the trunk of a car, the front trunk of the car. There it's 90 degrees out, 85 degrees out. We don't know what the temperatures were, if the humidity got in there. There's a lot of things that take
dismembered.
place.
Dismembered. To go back to this for a second, what is happening Monday now? So they present it to the DA's office. Does the DA within a few hours say we think there's enough? And then they present it in front of a judge for a preliminary hearing where it's not in front of a grand jury, and it's a different kind of way to present evidence to say there's probable cause. The judge determines if there's probable cause to support the charges, and that's how you move forward. Or do they go back to a grand jury? I mean, what are we expecting now Monday into next week?
So I think that at this point, their hands may be tied and they might have to go for a preliminary hearing in front of a judge, a probable cause hearing in front of a judge, if they're going to make that determination. I think between then and now, the defense attorneys will be calling. I'm sure they've already been in contact with the state attorney's office, and they're going to say, like, what are we doing here? This kid should be out. Like, I don't know what the grand jury's doing, but like, how are we proceeding with the case? And I think the state will give them an idea of how they're going to proceed. If a grand jury was already impaneled and they're hearing the evidence and now this guy's arrested, they could still try. And I mean, there's different laws here. There could be speedy rules that come into play. That's why generally you don't make an arrest before you're ready to, right? Because if the demand's speedy, a speedy trial, and you have to be brought to trial within a certain period of time in every state. you could be in real trouble if you're not ready to go to trial. And they might not be ready to go to trial because they still haven't gotten all the evidence that they want to proceed. So my guess is their hands are tied right now. They're going to have to make a decision of how to move forward. I'm not sure what they're going to decide. My guess would be a probable cause hearing in front of a judge. And then now they're laying the blame off to the judge to say, well, the judge didn't find probable cause. You know, like we presented all the evidence, judge didn't find probable cause. It's not us who didn't want to file the charges. It's now the judge. You know, everyone in these cases, whenever there's some stuff flying around, right, they try to cover themselves any way they can. So the LAPD is covering themselves by arresting them. The state will now cover themselves by saying, well, we filed all the evidence and we did everything we did, but the judge didn't find it or the grand jury didn't come back with an indictment. That's how they keep laying the blame off on other people for shoddy investigations.
Are we going to learn her cause of death? Because I wonder, now that there's been an arrest and now that we're talking about the presentation of evidence, possibly more in a public forum, are the records, remember the ME's records were sealed, are they going to be unsealed and we'll learn what authorities believe her cause of death is?
So I think if you're going to go to a probable cause hearing, you're going to have to hear what the cause of death is. Like, you know, there's no way around it. So you can't go to a probable cause hearing and say, Judge, we're still trying to figure out how she died, but we're charging him with the murder. It doesn't work. So unless they know the cause of death and they're ready to present the cause of death in front of either a grand jury or a judge or someone, this case goes nowhere. So yes, I think that if the case does go forward, we will learn the cause of death at either a probable cause determination or after an indictment comes down.
What about the probable cause warrant that was used to secure the arrest? Is there a way that can be?
Hey, would you like your very own Shopify store completely?
Sure. So the probable cause that you know, for the arrest warrant itself, once they make a I don't think anyone will get it prior. Well, they may, you know, in this day and age, who knows who gets it, but legally, I don't think they will get it prior to a determination of the arrest on whether it was a good arrest. They'll file some motions and things of that nature. And then within, you know, a week, maybe they will make that arrest warrant public. But generally speaking, before they have that probable cause hearing, before there's a determination by the state, that arrest warrant usually doesn't get out into the public for, you know, until that time period. Now, again, in today's day and age, any clerk under the sun, you know, is trying to make a little side money, might, you know, all of a sudden that might go out. So I don't know. We'll have to see. But sooner or later, we're going to learn the cause of death. It can't be hidden.
What do you make of the fact no other defendants were arrested?
I think it's unusual because something like this usually is not carried off by one person, especially where there's dismemberment. You got to carry a body into a trunk of a car. You got to drive the car somewhere. You got to get back to your house, or however you're going to get back to your house. Generally, there's more than one. So it's kind of unusual that there'd only be one person charged in this, but it could be because the evidence is only linking it to that one person. I don't know if they got video from the Tesla. They haven't discussed video from the Tesla, but my guess would be if there is video of this gentleman driving that Tesla to this location, even if there's no video of him actually putting something in the trunk, if there's video of him driving the Tesla to a certain location, leaving it there, and then, you know, getting home, walking home, or taking an Uber, or however he got home, then he would be the only one that would be linked to that Tesla. But like I said, there's a large gap in evidence here that we have not seen, we have not heard.
Or there's immunity agreements. There's people who are testifying against him.
There could be immunity agreements. Generally, when it comes to a murder case, if you're assisting in the murder, you know, it's like a Sammy the Bull Gravano situation. It depends how badly they want the person that they target, right? So like the government can overlook a lot of bad deeds, and the state can look over a lot of bad deeds if they really want that guy at the end. And if they want David as badly as we think they want David, yes, they could have offered some sort of immunity or maybe an early sealed plea on something.
Artemis Flair, what's going on? Big game, what's going on?
Lesser, you know, like disposal of a body, and someone took a plea, but it's sealed, and we don't know about that plea until after, you know, if David gets charged.
Okay, so what about the idea of where the defense attorneys will go with this? You saw the arrest, right? It seemed they went in, guns, armored. There was reporting the idea that a lot of police showed up, apparently knew where he was. How does a defense attorney pick apart the actual arrest of David and maybe the probable cause warrant there? Talk to me about that.
So a couple things. First of all, I always find it unusual and disturbing when you have a defense attorney, case been going on for 6 months. This is why I don't think the state agreed with it. The state would have called the defense attorney and said, hey, man, you got to bring him in. And you got 2 hours to bring him in. If you don't bring him in, we already know where he is. We're going to pick him up. It's going to be ugly, et cetera, et cetera. Instead of putting SWAT officers at risk, other officers at risk, and going into a house with guns drawn and things of that nature, that's always a risk. And no matter who you're arresting, no matter what type of situation, it's not a good idea. It's better to avoid that. So that first part tells me that I think the state didn't know this was going on, because if the state was involved, they would have been involved with the defense attorney. They would have pulled the kid out and they would have, I think, turned him in that way. That's number one. Number two is, if the defense is like me, I'd be attacking exactly what every, I think, defense attorney sees in this case, is the lack of evidence. Where is the actual evidence of that it was a murder? Where is the actual evidence that ties him to the scene, other than it's his car and it's 3 blocks away from his house? It seemed like there was 5 people or 4 people in the house at all times. And most of these entertainers, I represent a lot of entertainers. Most of these entertainers have like entourages with them. They have, at any given time, there's 4 to 6 people in a house and they're all hanging out, playing 2K, whatever they're doing. Everybody is in the house at one point. So it's like, where is the evidence that we need to see to say, yes, this is the guy and it's the only guy and we're arresting him for this murder? That's what is lacking here. Now, the defense attorneys may know more than we know because they've been involved in the case and they've been seeing it develop. Who knows? But I would attack it right from jump. This case has been 6 to 8 months old. I don't even know if it's older than that. Kid went nowhere. Kid's never left the country and never came back. He knew that he was under investigation. There was reports of it. So even for a bond hearing, like, where's he going? He's not going anywhere. Like, we know that. And then for a danger to society, like, how often were you watching him for the past 8 months? You're letting this guy, if you think he's a murderer, you're letting him walk the streets of LA without keeping an eye on him 24/7. There's just so much there on this case to defend at this point, because we don't know a lot, that I don't see where this case goes to an indictment.
And talking indictment.
Welcome to the next generation of website creation. Wix Harmony. Get the
If the goal was to charge him, if the goal is to arrest him, charge him, like you said, maybe keep him in custody, no other charges, right? There was nothing about the concealment or the dismemberment of the body. Right. Nothing also about him having allegedly a relationship with a minor, right? How come none of those charges?
Again, it's so baffling. Like, I don't know if LA.
And that right there is where I gotta stop it, because that's the biggest thing that pisses me off. The biggest thing that pisses me off is that legally you could charge him with having sex with a minor. Regardless if she's deceased or not, you could legally charge him with that. Y'all don't even want to charge him with that. Because of supposedly he was underage too at the time and all this. Y'all don't even want to charge this nigga with the most obvious of things. Y'all don't want to charge him with. That's why, like I said, it pisses me off the most with this David situation. Because I know how it's going to go, unfortunately, already. I know he's going to get off for this. I know he possibly won't even be charged with, even if he does somehow get charged. And I hope, this is another thing I want to say too. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong about him being convicted for this. But it's so many things that's already pointing to him getting off. Because I have to keep telling myself and everybody else that this is a $150 billion business annually. $150 billion annually is human trafficking. It could be up by now. That number could have been up, and one of the helms of that $150 billion business is a Jeffrey Epstein, who we just saw literally escape right in front of y'all eyes. I didn't put out the video now, as well as I didn't put out clips, as well as I didn't put out pictures showing y'all this nigga's Epstein. This Palm Beach Pete dude is Epstein. Nobody gives a fuck. What had happened was, what's going on? It's one of the biggest things that pisses me off about all this. Shit is right in front of everybody's face. Nobody gives a fuck. Epstein is sitting right in front of y'all as Palm Beach Pete, and nobody gives a damn. Oh, there's videos and shit of him bit Epstein. I don't want to believe that AI bullshit that y'all falling for. Because that's the other part of this. They done put out so much AI out here nowadays, y'all don't know what's real and what's not. There's a literal deep fake shown right in front of y'all. Pointed it out how it was AI. Nobody cared. It's just bothering. It's bothering. And like I said, when it comes down to the LAPD, I had no faith whatsoever in them convicting, let alone arresting. See, that's what the thing was when I heard about the arrest. I said something funny. Because why would they arrest him now? Why would they all of a sudden arrest him? And one of the other key things that started coming to my mind was, okay, was the arrest because they want to have a distraction right now for something else happening? Because that's the other thing, right? When there's no big things happening. I said that last week. I was like, it's not enough happening in the news right now for Trump to do something and you not know about it. There's not enough going on for the government to do something behind y'all back and y'all don't know about it. Hell, there's no ways for them to do anything right now like that, really, and y'all don't know about it because everybody is pretty much a private eye on the internet, including myself. Everybody pretty much has enough connections and enough sources to find something going on somewhere. So they need something. Things like this. They need something to do something else behind your back. This is one of those things where it could be at. So always keep your third eye open in that regard. Because like I said, this whole him getting arrested thing just seemed very fishy from the get-go. Very, very fishy. Okay. I'm trying to see it. That's why I got Acoma TV trying to see if this Drake album does show up, which I did get rid of that. Let me just keep an eye out on that real quick. I don't think it has. No. Yeah. Okay. So no Drake album. No Drake album. Anyway, let's get off this topic here because, like I said, the more I think about it, the more it gripes my gears. The more it gripes my gears. Okay, so this clip has been going around lately. And I need to do a little bit more digging here. So I'm going to do a little bit more digging here on the live here.
Scheme that is a young.
So you think Jay-Z runs the industry?
Fuck them niggas, nigga. Op Nation. Fuck them niggas, nigga.
He runs it though, right?
Fuck them niggas.
Fuck.
Op Nation. You don't run it. You don't run it.
You don't think you run the industry? I feel like you know?
You don't run it. You don't run it. But fuck them niggas though. You know what I'm saying? I slap the shit out of Jay-Z, bitch, nigga.
Pop that thing, little claps. What you said on that?
You know what you should do? I can get you a bag if you fight Jay-Z on Brannerist.
I don't fight, I shoot niggas.
Oh, my bad.
Bye-bye!
Pew pew, right?
No, bye-bye!
Bye-bye!
I smile after. Pop that. Then I go hit the club after with some bitches like, anytime when they dance.
Yo, someone me ask, what's your favorite song?
Pop that thing, little claps.
Now, I couldn't tell if this guy was just drunk at the time or what. Because it threw me for a fucking loop to hear him say he would slap the shit out of Jay-Z. Now, I was thinking because it's Bobby Shmurda that this is someone that, you know, was just joking around or clowning around, or maybe this got taken out of context. The more I watch the clip, the more I say, this is a personal matter. This is a personal matter that has been lingering for a while. Why it's just now coming out into the light now is what I need to figure out. Because why is Bobby Shmurda all of a sudden fixing his face to say Rob Nation, as well as he'll smack the shit out of Jay-Z and fuck all them niggas? Where is this coming from? Like, I still want to find the full interview of where this came from. But, what is this? What is this? This is from 2 months ago. What is this? What is this?
He is 100% the exact same thing. And if one person say it, it's like, okay. But when you have 2, 3, 4, 5 people, that start becoming a crowd, and everybody saying the same thing can't mean that everybody's crazy. But leave it up to Jay-Z fans, they'll say that maybe everyone is. Now, as y'all know, it's been a lot of crazy allegations against Jay-Z these past few days, where people are just bringing everything out the woodworks. From allegedly messing with Foxy Brown when she was young, to allegedly messing with Beyonce when she was young, to the allegations of him and Aaliyah, rest in peace, down to everyone starting to repost clips from Jaguar Wright talking about Jay-Z and saying that he'll be the next person to go down, just like Diddy. Now, first it all started when it was alleged that Pusha T and Jay-Z have been identified in the latest Epstein files that have been released, along with Harvey Weinstein. As much as people may say that it's all fabricated, we do know for a fact that Harvey Weinstein was arrested for rape and S-ing women, including actors and other women. So as y'all know, they say birds of a feather flock together. We've seen Jay-Z with Harvey Weinstein on numerous occasions, and we're not saying that we know for a fact that Jay did anything with Harvey, but we do know it's hard for you to be around someone a lot and not know what they're into. It's almost like the rap industry where someone's considered a snitch. Everyone disassociates themselves with that person and don't want anything to do with them because it's bad for their reputation, right? So the same thing should apply when it comes to hanging with Mr. Harvey Weinstein. With that being said, before we get into what 50 Cent and Bobby Shmurda had to say, here's what the document that allegedly placed Jay-Z a part of the Epstein files would say, as it stated, quote, in approximately 1996, Blank resided with Blank in Blank. An unknown man abducted Blank from a home, Winston later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z, while Weinstein had inserted his fingers into Blank. Blank believed she was in Epstein's mansion in Florida. Blank estimated she was abducted on 7 occasions, awakened each time in an opulent indoor setting. Blank suffered from ex abuse on multiple of those occasions in which Epstein participated. Blank recalled Leon Black and Williams Barr, current United States Attorney General, being present during some of the occasions of abuse. In approximately 2006, Blank last recalled being abused by...
All right. What this guy do with it? What this guy do with Jay? I mean, what this guy do with Bobby? Chum, calm down. What's going on, my brother? What's going on? Hey, man, hit the Discord. Hit me up on the Discord. We got to link up tomorrow. We got to link tomorrow on the Rivals. We must link. We must link, brother. We must link. Ain't no Mike. It's no Mike. Ain't no Mike. He's season 8. Him and Devil Dinosaur are season 8. But anyway, hit me on the Discord, brother. Hit me on the Discord, brother. We must link. We must link. because I got some. I'll show you the proof on it is Cyclops and Devil Dinosaur. Anyway, what this got to do with Bobby? That's what I'm trying to figure out now. What this got to do with Bobby? Why did Bobby go off on him because of this?
Epstein. So to put it in layman's terms, that part doesn't say Jay-Z perhaps did anything, but it does state that he was there in her presence when she did identify Harvey Weinstein of allegedly putting his fingers into an unidentified person, in which I'm assuming is her. Now that kicked everything off, and it's a lot of other things that are starting to come out, such as him allegedly partaking in sacrifices and etc. However, for the week, that's basically what's everybody been talking about. Now y'all know 50 Cent wasn't going to miss the opportunity to troll, especially when it comes to Jay-Z. I don't know what it is between Jay-Z and Diddy, but those seem to be the two that 50 don't miss a beat for. But 50's smart, he plays by the rules of the art of war and the 48 laws of power. In order to be the best, you gotta completely destroy your competition in whoever or whatever people consider the best. And that's what 50 had been doing his whole career. Now 50 would go on to post a picture of Jay-Z, which was infused with the picture of the Predator from the movie Alien vs. Predator, and then he would have Jay-Z's song Young Girl playing in the background, which had a few interesting lyrics. We're going to get into the lyrics, but before we do, here's what 50 had to say in the caption, as it will state, quote, "I know you're going to say I'm a hater, but what do you say about what he's saying, fool? LOL. Get your
Get this shit about what did Bobby say? What?
Released in 2006. And the crazy part is he said that the girl said she wasn't 21. His mom said his mom was a drug addict, made fun about raping, and that there's a lot going on within that industry until 100% come out, in which majority of the time you got to do your own digging, but we won't know until someone blows the whistle. A lot of your favorite rappers, celebrities period, aren't who you think they are, and usually the ones they call crazy. Behind the scenes between Jay and Bobby Shmurda, and Bobby haven't spoke about it, but he has made a bunch of hints before in the past that he wasn't pleased with how he was treated when he was managed by Roc Nation. It was rumored that they didn't take care of him the way he felt he should have been taken care of when he was locked up, prompting him to speak bad on them when he did his interview with DJ Vlad. He spoke about not seeing eye to eye with Jay-Z, but then also called Roc Nation Op Nation. So it was always some sort of tension between Bobby and them. So now that all this is coming out, I guess he took the opportunity to chime in, as he would take to his story and repost 50 Cent's post about Jay-Z and captioned it saying, quote, "They blackball ninjas for real. Once you do some girl-ish, I don't put nothing past you. And y'all took their side over mine, laughing my butt off, bod boy for life." Then in another slide, he will also state, quote, "I've been kicked out of 5 elementary schools, 80% of the group homes, all the buildings on Rikers Island except for 6, in a couple counties. Do you think I give a F about some industry? I'm riding with 50 Cent and Nicki, Shmurda gang." So clearly Bobby feels the same and feels that allegedly he's being blackballed by Jay-Z and Roc Nation, I'm assuming, allegedly. And he isn't the only one to have said that over the years. You done had Tory Lanez, you done had Chris Brown, Nicki Minaj, Kanye West, all speaking about how Roc Nation and Jay-Z in particular like to...
Okay, so now it makes a little bit more sense, because I do remember speaking on that post. I do remember speaking on that particular post that he made about Jay. But he was saying he rides with Nicki and 50. Now it makes a little bit more sense. And he called them Op Nation. Okay, so this is... So Act gotta be able how to kill his career. So this has been brewing around for a while. All right, let me see these real quick. Okay, so this is part 14. Let me see something. Okay. Okay, so 14 and 16. Right. Looks like it's just that 14 and 16 one. Okay, so let me go back because there's other video. I don't want it. Yeah, this one. This is like it's two different interviews. Okay. Okay, I just want to make sure. All right. Let's see. Where's 14 at? Let's see.
Recently, Nicki Minaj went on a whole tirade.
Yeah.
And part of the people that she was dissing was Jay-Z and Desiree Perez. She was like, "Dear Jay-Z and Desiree." Because I guess Desiree Perez did cooperate back in the day.
They did. It's, see, the difference is now, and like they business people now, right? But at the end of the day, people can't expect, like people who corroborate, the only thing is that it shows you have no morals, right? When it's time to, if shit hits the fan, you have no morals, right? That's all it is. So when you know who you're dealing with business with, when you're dealing with certain people.
Yeah.
That's all it says. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no morals. So when you in the business world, it's not like, oh, you can't chill, you can't do nothing. You got to know when you're dealing with them, these are the people you're dealing with. Like being on some grown man shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people not grown, they just big, they just old. You know what I'm saying? You got to be on think grown, like really have reality and common sense. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, Nicki said, "Dear Jay-Z and Desiree, you ruin hip-hop, you ruin football, you ruin basketball, you ruin touring, you ruin Instagram, you
Don't
ruin
worry,
Twitter.
y'all. I'm coming.
The
Hot
jig is
Nation's
up.
coming.
All this is legend for entertainment purposes only." And she went on and on. I guess Desiree's daughter is suing her, and there's a bunch of messiness that's happening. And
They said that she had cameras and shit. Right? They spy on them motherfuckers, boy, they gangsters. I'll tell you that. One thing I give you, they some gangster motherfucking businessmen. You right? Yeah, it's crazy.
Yep.
Hey, like drug dealer uncles. You know, some old drug dealer uncles. Hey, get the fuck out of here, man. I don't see y'all 100 years, man. Get the fuck out of here.
And then, Colin Kaepernick's wife, Nessa, she chimed in, and she said that Jay-Z basically sold out to the NFL by silencing Kaepernick and everything else like that, and that's how he got his deal. And you know,
See, I just joined the sports agency team. It's called Critical Combat. Y'all want some new shit coming up in New York? Y'all make sure y'all tap in. Critical Combat. We got MMA fights. We got the basketball coming. We got all types of shit coming. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on with the sports shit over there, but y'all want some new flavor? We ain't doing none of that. We ain't selling nobody out. You heard? I'm on the board. I got the morals. So I'm making sure we make some moral decisions.
yeah. So what Nessa's saying is that she alleged the Rock Nation took $5 million per year for 5 years to help redirect the conversation away from the Kaepernick blackballing.
Everybody say that they be blackballing them, right? Well, I'm trying to tell you, they own SEOs and all type of shit. Yo, bro, I be going on shows every day. Every other month, every time I start doing new shows, I start losing 100,000 followers. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm gaining more fans. I'm outside, people yelling, seeing me everywhere. What the how the am I? And then you look at they artists, you look at Rock Nation on, putting millions behind them, and they not doing nothing. They not going nowhere. People don't want to see them. So they be mad at people like me. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
And he's trying to just tell the truth. He's trying to tell the truth.
I just saying, but you know what I'm saying? We sturdy though. You know that. You know what I'm saying? We sturdy.
So I wonder now, what did Rock Nation sign Bobby for? When did they sign him? That's my question now. When did they sign him? When did they sign Bobby Shmurda? 2021, shortly after he came home from prison. So that's why he was saying they didn't take care of him while he was in jail. It makes more sense now. Yeah, it makes. Yeah, because he was with Epic. He was with Epic when he got locked up. Okay, so this is the part 16 we're about to look at. All right, so 2021 when he came home is when they did deal with him. But then they didn't do anything with him. Like, what's the last big Rock Nation album to come out? You know what I mean? Like Rock Nation behind it, Jay behind it, all that shit. You ain't really hear about none of that. And I said the same thing with Cole. Like, Cole just ended up copping a plea. Because I remember specifically when Cole was very disgruntled about getting out of his Rock Nation contract. There's been a lot of people that has been saying, yo, let me out this fucking contract. That has publicly said that. Shmurda ain't the first one.
December 2020, Roddy Rebel gets out first.
Yeah.
And then in 2021, you get a conditional release.
Yeah.
Quavo's there to pick you up.
Quavo picks me up.
Right. Were you guys like in contact the whole time?
He hit me like 2-3 times during the bit, and they like, yo, he called somebody. I forgot Lfts. I was left, or my mom. Somebody he called him. He's like, yo, I want to come pick Bobby up, and I was like, yo, definitely bring a private jet and some hoes, and they brought some. They brought some hoes.
Yeah.
They brought a jet too. They brought a jet too, but they brought some hoes.
Right. And you guys go to the studio at some point and you drop your first song, No Time for Sleep.
Yeah, we did. I did No Time for Sleep. I dropped No Time for Sleep like 4 or 5 months later.
Mm-hmm.
I came on February, so I dropped in September. It was like 7 months later.
Right. And around that time, you signed with Rock Nation Management.
I signed with Rock Nation. Rock Nation. I'm sorry. I'm drunk. Yeah. Who the fuck gave you Henny? Yeah.
He drunk, but he's speaking his mind. They say a drunk mind is a sober mind, right? They say a drunk mind tell the truth. Drunk mind tell the truth. And he laughingly says Op Nation, in which Vlad just goes quiet. Like, what was that?
Well, I remember you were talking about you had a conversation with Jay-Z after signing to Rock Nation.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Huh?
Didn't he tell you like you were just into too much drama or something like that? Or?
Nah, he ain't tell me that. I don't want to talk about Jay-Z.
Okay, fair enough.
What now? I said, Jay-Z, now playing. That's what I say. I ain't fucking with Jay. What up, nigga? What up, nigga?
So,
yeah, Shmurda, gang.
So you're
See, now, of course, when was this interview? This was almost a year ago. So this is, I want to say, right after the allegations. This would be right after the allegations, I believe. So I would think, even with him doing that right there, he's doing it on all right, I don't want to get in too much trouble. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to get in too much trouble, so he's trying to laugh it off. But then he still says what Nas say, fuck Jay-Z. I can read between the lines here. There is definitely some, like I said before, I made the example of Cole. Cole copping the plea because he was just like this. He wasn't saying anything too tough, but he was definitely disgruntled about being let out his Rock Nation deal in this very similar way.
Out. You got a song with Quavo, who's hot to death at the time.
Yeah, well,
you signed with Rock Nation. You know, everyone's happy to have Bobby Shmurda back home. I mean, how did it feel? Because did you do all 7 years? Or?
I did 6 in 3 months.
6 in 3 months. How did it feel to walk out and finally be back after all that time?
Listen, I ain't gonna lie, Vlad. Before I went to jail, I never used to give a about like that. You heard? I just care about money all day. I was just like a drug dealer. You got that money? You got that money? With that money, get this bitch out. You got that money? I one of those niggas. Man, bitch, get out of here. I came home, man. I was sucking toes. I was doing the type of shit, bro. Almost got one bitch pregnant. I was wilding. These bitch them got come with twins. Then the other one, bro, I was porn stars. All types of crazy shit, Vlad. I'm talking about 10 sums, 9 sums. I'm just.
But you had a 10 sum?
Well, I got it on my phone. I'll show you what we think.
I've done a. Let me see. What have I done? I've done a 4 sum. I've never done a 10 sum.
Bro,
You got me beat.
Yo, bro, 10. I'm
10.
talking about 10.
Okay, you
running
win.
around the house. Why? I'm on the jet. They bring me on the jet. I had like 7 bitches on the jet. I'm wearing them. Like 4 or 5 bitches on the jet when I first come on. I'm wearing, you know what I'm saying? I'm wilding, black.
Hey, man, you deserve it after being in
I
prison.
ain't been wilding when I was in.
Come on, man.
Yo, when I first came out, I was wild. I don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? People, all the girls think I'm a whore now.
See,
They think I'm a whore.
I always say this. Like I
I'm not
always
a
say
whore.
this. I always felt like, just as a man, I always felt like dudes that are always going back to prison, I almost feel like they're secretly gay. Because to just not want to be around women, to just put yourself in a cell with a bunch of guys.
They not gay, they just retarded, bro. Yo, listen, I grew up in the hood. Niggas, I got brothers. Niggas is really retarded, bro.
Okay.
Like, yeah, people who don't know, some people, like, the people you see them keep going back to jail. I got brothers, like, niggas just retarded, bro. It ain't even their fault, bro. Niggas don't be, I be like, damn, bro. That nigga crazy, right? Niggas, you know what I'm saying? It just be like that, son. Nigga don't be gay, nigga just crazy, bro.
Okay.
Like, I ain't gonna lie. My brother is one of them niggas. That nigga began, my mama kicked it. He's like 12 years old. 10, 12 years old. I see police coming. Hey, Bumpo, ain't for me. I don't know who they come for. It me or that nigga. We used to look close. I used to look close. That's it for me. Which one, nigga? AOP or AOJ, nigga? They come for one of the polars, nigga.
Well, by 2022, you start being vocal about your issues with Epic. You said that the label's holding you hostage and you wanted to get out. You said, I got a 70-year-old lady running my label, and I love her dearly, but doesn't want to let me go at all, no matter what I do. I've been signing them since I was 19. I did 6 years in jail trying to get off this label before I came home. You name one person in the industry, a label keeps signing in jail for 6 years. Yeah, I know. I made them more millions than they ever gave me. Just let me go.
You name me one person, they named held in jail 6 years. Listen, I still love you, baby. You know what I'm saying? You probably don't love me, but I still love you, baby. You know what I'm saying? I still love you. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. They know what it is. Listen, it's all love. You heard? I ain't got nothing but love for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Leave me alone. I ain't got nothing but love for y'all, man. Let a nigga eat, man. Let me eat, man. You know what I'm saying? Nigga I'm still a couple. Let me eat, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the label ends up letting you off at that point.
Yeah, I had to go. I had to get with Rock Nation to get them off of me. But I don't want to talk about neither of them. You know, I just say, you know, it's all love, baby, to both. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. You know what I'm saying? I still love y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. You know what I'm saying? I know how it go. I got ex-girlfriends and shit. You know what I'm saying? I still love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I still, I said the A-Rap earlier, nigga, I still shout out. Nigga, I still love you. You know what I'm saying? They might not love me no more, but I still love them, Vlad.
Okay. All right. So. Oh, I don't know why that just started like that. Okay, so now we have more context to this. Now we have a lot more context to this of why he would be openly saying, fuck a Jay-Z. This has been something that has been brewing for quite some time now, I see. Okay. Understandable now. This has been brewing for quite some time. I get it now. Okay. Now, let's be honest. Is Jay in a position to actually have something done to Shmurda right now? We have to ask ourselves that. I think the answer is no. And that's evident because of all the things that Jay and Rock Nation in general, people have already said about them. All the allegations, the Desiree being brat and Desiree's daughter, Tory Lanez, Nicki Minaj, Epstein, you name it. Ramir, the long lost son, the Foxy Brown, the Beyonce, it's a lot. It's a lot with Jay right now. So he is not in any position to have something done to Bobby without someone saying, hey, what did Bobby just say about them? What he been saying about them? What everybody else been saying about them? Didn't they say Rock Nation did this, that, and the third because of this, that, and the third? I could already see the headlines if something were to happen to Bobby soon. The kicker is we are still at a place, and I said this before, we are still at a place where if something were to happen to Bobby, would anybody care? That's the other thing. Because then you got to follow the 3-day rule, right? You got to follow the 3-day rule of we're going to cry about it today, care about it. We're going to care about it today, cry about it tomorrow, care about it possibly the next, and then the 4th day it's back to the barbecue. Hopefully we are in a present day of information and sharing knowledge that if something were to happen to Bobby, we could easily point the finger right at Rock Nation, and not even just Rock Nation, just that one nigga named Jay-Z. If something were to happen to Mr. Bobby. Speaking of record label bullshit, right? Because I did not get a chance to talk about this shit. I am very confused. I am very
perfect domain.
confused. But why am I getting that? Get the shit off here. Get back to the record.
School up. Yeah. Well, damn. Nigga, I hate to see you up. Tell the truth, you went out like a real crash diamond. And after all that, boy, you still signed to me? Wow. I'm like Birdman, and nigga, this my cash money. And your fat ass flanky, he a stone cold junkie. You know I got my bread up, I always keep my head up. I thought it was a business meeting, but it was a setup. I walk in the room, you can feel the pressure building. Niggas doubt me up the whole time they plotting against me. I don't take it personal, for me it's only business. And I don't want to conversate.
Why, Gucci? Why? All you had to do was shut the fuck up. And this right here is where people could already say, and I hope it becomes clear, because see how it says 1017, don't even say Gucci Man. You could see, and I hope it's very clear, this ain't the real Gucci. That ain't the real Gucci. Let me tell you, Gucci Man would have not done no dumb shit like this. He would have never done no dumb shit like this. Do y'all understand the lyrics you are hearing from this nigga? This nigga talking about the whole incident. The feds have redacted your name and just put initials in the indictment for a reason, you stupid motherfucker. They put your initials in it for a reason. What makes you think it was okay to write a record about the whole thing? Look at these lyrics.
Nigga, I hate to see you up. Tell the truth, you went out like a real crash diamond. And after all that, boy, you still signed to me? Wow.
Nigga, why are you mocking the fact that he is signed to 1017? Because now you don't understand how much that makes you look crazy. People have already talked about 1017 and the shady business that you have done with that record label. And we saw the video of even you saying, yo, I'm going to just release everybody and just leave Pooh Shiesty and Fujiano. And Fujiano coming home in a couple months. He might do the same shit. He might do the same shit. Because of how you treating these niggas. Fuji might do the same shit to you. Except he might not leave you there this time. That's what you're not realizing, Gucci. You signed actual gangsters. The other part of that is you are on record talking about something that is an ongoing investigation.
I'm like Birdman, and nigga, this my cash money. And your fat ass flanker, he a stone cold junkie. You know I got my bread up, I always keep my head up. I thought it was a business meeting, but it was a setup.
In the indictment, they literally talk about this situation as him thinking that they were going to talk about business in negotiation of his contract. In the indictment papers in black and white, Gucci is here rapping about it.
Walk in the room, you can feel the pressure building. Niggas dap me up the whole time they plotting against me. I don't take it personal, for me it's only business. And I don't wanna conversate if it ain't about no millions. Don't kill you, make you stronger. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. My money keep getting longer. Now these haters got amnesia. You know I gotta move tactical, every move magical. And I'm from East Atlanta, but the diamonds come from Africa. They love you when you're broke, but they hate you when you win. And then when you take a loss, that's when the haters get the grin.
See, Gucci back in the day would have been talking some real gangster shit, and probably would have left the entire scenario of what happened out of it. Would have been talking in code about it. The real Gucci probably wouldn't even made a song about it until months later, maybe even a year or two later. We just had on the tuck something. The real Gucci would have been talking some real gangster gun talk on these little 4 to 8 bars right here. Now I get it. Yeah, we talking about millionaire, multi-millionaire Gucci, up businessman Gucci. Yeah. Bullshit. I call bullshit on that part. Reason I call bullshit on that part is because this same nigga was on his own IG live talking about he was shooting niggas still. Was just on his own IG live saying, I don't talk to police, I shoot niggas. I shoot niggas right in the face. Wasn't he just on his IG live saying that? So I wouldn't even want to hear nobody. Swayze World, what's going on? Yes, it's absolute basura. This song is absolute trash. I don't know who made this okay. I don't know who was the yes man in the studio that said this was okay to do.
It's all on you, can't be wearing no disguises. You play stupid games, then you win stupid prizes. Some people like to take a nigga kindness for weakness. I pulled up on business, but y'all was on some weak shit. The artist and the CEO, I wear a lot of hats. They smile in your face, then they stab you in your back. You learn from your daddy, so I guess that is hereditary. I'm that same nigga that put money on your commissary. A nigga set up the play, like Suge Knight did with Drake. But I ain't easy E, nigga, and this ain't back in the day. The 1017, the label, I built this shit from the ground.
Now, I still want to figure out what that line was about. because I can't remember what that was. Suge Knight clowned Drake from behind bars. Suge Knight, the former, criticized Drake for allegedly purchasing a fake, non-authentic Tupac death row chain. Now, that is all I keep hearing about this, right? I don't hear anything about, he going out bad, like it sound like a middle school wrote this. Well, I mean, Gucci never had the most articulate of lyrics to begin with. But yeah, definitely sound like a preschooler wrote this one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He never would have put this out. The real Gucci would have never put this out. The Drake and Suge Knight line, I'm still trying to figure out what this actually was. Trying to set up the play like Suge Knight did for Drake. What play did Knight set up for Drake is what I was trying to figure out. That's all I'm trying to figure out. Because when you look up what this whole Suge Knight and Drake thing is, all it is Suge Knight talking about Drake bought a fake chain, a fake Tupac chain. So what is Gucci referring to with Suge Knight set up the play for Drake?
And I be damn if I let a nigga take my shit down. No. Pressure on my chest, but I still ain't.
Somebody should have had you take this down.
Press. Pen to the paper, but it's under duress. Wow. Read between the lines, I don't settle for less. Step up to the plate, my nigga, life is a test. Man, they on that broke shit, and I'm a rich ass exec. The head nigga in charge, it's my name on the check. Niggas jealous of me, dawg, remind me of my ex. Another day, another dollar, on to the next. I done been betrayed, now my heart turned cold. I done been betrayed, now my heart turned cold. I done been betrayed, now my heart turned cold. My heart turned cold, my heart turned cold. I done been betrayed, now my heart turned cold. I done been betrayed, now my heart turned cold.
This nigga couldn't even come up with a hook.
Keep that fake love, I don't want it no more. My heart turned cold, my heart turned cold. CEO, 10-17 for life, Big Gucci. This for all the crash dummies out there. I don't know what the fuck you thought. Still get money. This ain't that. It's 1017. It's Gucci. Burr. Burr. Wow.
This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible. It's horrible. This is what. That's why I kept saying the streets is dead. The goddamn streets is dead. The fucking streets are dead, y'all. It's over. When niggas is doing shit like, when niggas is not only saying they won't talk to the police, and then they are talking to the police, describing niggas to a T. They doing shady record business behind the scenes on you, withholding millions of dollars from you, withholding you in your record deal just so you can't sign to another and get more money. And then they making a record about you when you get locked up. This the streets, y'all. I really want to know why everyone turned on Drake around the K-Dot phase. Like, I get it. Dot won the whole battle, but like, why did 21 Metro Future come out and we still don't trust? Okay, so there were different layers to the beef with Metro and Future and everything like that, right? There was different layers to everybody's beef, from what I remember. There was different layers to like Ross's beef. Ross, for a perfect example, right? Matter of fact, let me pull that up. Because Ross actually mentioned. Let me see. Actually, Drake. He just did an interview recently where he was in Thoughts in a Color, right? And he actually had got to speak about, the Drake situation.
Homie got a lot of issues he gotta address. Is it any potential of him being a real He gotta decide that. He got he gotta deal with and address. Hopefully it's a lot of niggas that was watching and learn from it. It was unfortunate for him, but I'm a real nigga. And being a real nigga, you never change your past. The music I've created in the past, I could never change. I enjoyed it and I'ma still enjoy it. Can't no lame nobody having differences make me not enjoy something that I was a part of. And the sad part about it is when I play those records, everybody just be standing and they don't sing his part no more. And I be like, no, y'all could sing it. Sing the little man part, man. Homie got a lot of issues. He got.
So, and that goes beyond saying, right? That's why I said there were different layers to the Drake and the K-Dot beef. There were different layers to Drake Metro's beef, Future's beef with him, Ross's beef. Ross's beef came from the situation with French Montana. So remember when this happened? And we were all laughing about it.
Ross and Drake.
Hold this. Catch.
Hold it.
Touchdown. I'll be right back. I think I double parked my car outside.
You double parked. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in. Text me. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. Where is he going?
I think he left.
So that was because of what Ross would later let us know, in which Drake had actually stopped French Montana's album from coming out. Ross had said that Drake pretty much put a delay after the No Drake. How long ago was this? Oh, see, he did speak about it recently. Okay, hold on.
These days, how much food does $5 really get you? Well,
Can you tell me the story what happened with the Splash Brothers record and how he didn't end up on it?
Splash Brothers record. The Splash Brothers
There's
record.
a leaked version with Drake on it.
There's a leaked version, but the Splash Brothers record never came out with Drake because the version that we had with Drake, it had a verse from Rose that I think Drake was waiting for another verse from Rose for that record. You know what I'm saying? I think he wanted him to cut another verse because something happened. Either he said something on the first verse or something had happened.
And he was just like, "Hey, I'm down, but
yeah, I'm down.
Can we switch up this verse?"
But it was supposed to be a Stay Scheming Part 2.
Oh shit!
So that was his album.
Oh.
So Splash Brothers was Drake's song, and Drake sent it to me. He was like, "Yo, go in the studio, make like 3 different hooks, and let me pick the best one." So I went in there, I did like 3 different hooks on it. I sent it to Drake. He heard it. He was like, "All right, this is the one." So I'm like, "All right, you like that one?" He was like, "All right." So we went in there. He cut it. He changed a few words that he wanted me to say. He sent it back. So I went in, I cut the hook. I sent it to him. He did his verse first. So it was my hook and his verse. And by the time I flew out to see him in Bahamas, he already had Rose verse 2. But he was like, it was like something Rose had said something. It was something with the verse. So it's supposed to be for Drake album. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, the album After the Views.
It's probably
So it sounds almost like him and Drake have, came to peace from what I'm seeing right here. But yes, pretty much he was doing a lot of snake shit behind the back. So pull up Metro Boomin's beef, for example, right? That's what happened with Metro Boomin, right? Okay, so let me put this article up here. This is Metro Boomin from the horse's mouth, right? So the albums We Don't Trust You and We Still Don't Trust You were actual disses to Drake. The album cover itself was a fuck you to Drake. the title in the album was a fuck you to Drake. So Metro was pretty much riding with Future. Future's beef with Drake was over a girl, unfortunately, in which Drake even addressed, I think, on the record, on the Push-Ups record. So let's see here. On Wednesday, GQ magazine, this is 2024, of course, right? Metro Boomin would speak about the beef with Drake. He continued their Men of the Year rollout with a cover story featuring Hitmakers of the Year, Future and Metro Boomin. During the interview, which is only available in print, not currently online, the Atlanta-based super producer opened up about the Drake beef that dominated headlines back in the spring. People really think that we sat for 2 years making 2 albums to be like, yo, fuck this dude. What kind of shit is that? Metro responded to the speculation that the albums We Don't Trust You were middle fingers to Drake. You really think we are going to spend that much time, effort, and resources on just trying to get at somebody on an album? Blowing budgets on 2 albums, going over budget? That's some serious hate. Neither one of us rock like that. Me and Drake had a personal issue, and for the record, not over no girl or nothing silly shit like that. Metro added, like I said, Future's was over a girl. Metro's was not. Metro added, it was a personal issue that really hurt me and disappointed me. Metro also spoke on going off on Drake, formerly known as Twitter, back in May. In response to being dissed by Drake on Push-Ups and Family Matters, a move he says he wishes he could take back. Now, I did have my moment online, which I do regret. Metro said I should have been stronger than that. That was out of character for me. But at a certain point, it's like, I don't rap. So you're going to just shit on me on all these songs. I'm not going to get in the booth, so I'm finna tweet at you. In which, of course, it was a series of tweets Metro Boomin had at him. Let me see here. If we could find a little video on the matter here with Metro Boomin and Drake. Before I move on. Okay. You know what? This would be a good one. This will be a good one.
Welcome to Wick.
Even though Thug is hard to understand, it would be easy.
Well, God created you, but I help.
Spicy.
Drake so stupid, he probably just sent the stupidest condolences like, yeah, bro, sorry for moms, and you know I'm here for you, bro, whatever you need. Just like something stupid. Instead of giving a nigga some wisdom or something real, you probably just said some crazy stuff on the phone, which is, you still genuine, you know what I'm saying? But you probably said something like that, and then you come right back 2-3 weeks later like, yo, let me get this on.
Lawbreeze and Gentlegrams, they said,
I created you. Well, God created you, but I help.
We're gonna take a look at all of it. Let's start with this Drake phone call. So to understand some context, Young Thug gets incarcerated in around May of 2022. Now, on June 5th, 2022, Metro Boomin's mother was tragically unalived by her husband, who then took his own life as well. About 12 days later, on June 17th, 2022, Drake releases his dance album, Honestly Nevermind. So this jail phone call starts off with someone from Young Thug's team essentially saying that Drake has an album coming up. There's a song with Drake, Metro Boomin, Travis Scott, and Young Thug. Drake wanted it on his album, but Metro Boomin would not clear the song. He was the one who made the beat. And this guy is asking Young Thug what he thinks about the entire situation and if Thug wants to, reach out to Metro Boomin to try and get the record cleared for Drake's album. And keep in mind, again, this is an album that released 12 days after Metro Boomin's mother passed away.
So Drake called me last night, and there was some song that I guess you and Travis had done.
Yeah.
And he had added to it, and Metro produced it.
Yeah.
And he had done it for his album, and his album is coming out Friday, right?
Metro album, right?
Nah, so Drake had done some stuff on it, and Drake was gonna put it on Drake's album. And Drake's.
So you can hear the disappointment in Young Thug's voice right there as well. Pretty much, Drake had a record. Metro sent Drake a record for Metro's album. Drake ended up taking the record, doing the record, getting Travis on it, and then keeping it for his own album. So again, shady business. And this was, of course, also following the passing of his mother, right? So Metro was right saying, "Yo, this was over a personal matter." Now, regardless of how it went, it wasn't over no real street shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was still personal gripe. Like, yo, why would you do this?
The album comes out Friday.
Yeah.
And I guess Drake had turned his album in and then tried to get it cleared, and Metro was like, "Nah, I don't like what you did with it," and then saying he wasn't in the right headspace. And Drake called me last night, trying to be, he's like, "Man, I wanted to put Thug on the album. I wanted to, show how much I support, you know what I mean? Because the album's gonna be big or whatever." And he was kind of calling me, asking me is there any way or anything I could think of how to help him or help the situation? Because it would be a big look for you to be on that album, especially after the Summer Jam. We got 35,000 signatures on the petition. Things are going in a good direction, you know what I mean? But
what the petition is for?
The petition is to protect black art.
To protect black art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got 35,000 people signing that already.
What they trying to get to?
Say it again?
What number they trying to get to?
There's no particular number. It's just to keep raising awareness, you know what I'm saying? If we get to 50,000, that's pretty solid, you know?
Yeah. What you think? What you?
I'm just asking your opinion. Obviously it's a sensitive time for Metro, so it's kind of a weird thing to call him about.
Nigga definitely finna call him about that. Nigga definitely ain't finna call that nigga about that.
So you can hear it here. Essentially, this guy is telling Young Thug, Drake wants to, show Thug some love. He's releasing a new album. He'd like Thug to be on it and help Young Thug in any way he can since Young Thug is locked up, right?
But because of how he went about it against Metro, Thug wasn't fucking with that shit. Now, of course, Future and Metro riding with each other. On top of, now let's get into the Future business, right? Let's get into the Future thing. I feel like I should play the I don't know why. I just feel like I should play this from Joe Budden because he addresses the situation over the females. But let me see if I can find something here real quick. Okay. So I feel like I could find something real quick as far as, like I said, of who exactly was over. I don't want to play academics.
Undoubtedly the biggest rapper in the world. During this time, a rapper from Atlanta named Future was gaining a ton of buzz after dropping several mixtapes. In 2011, Future signed to Epic Records, and his career was looking very bright. On April 16th, 2011, Future dropped his first...
Right, let's move it up.
Oh, that's what I heard. I heard that's a big rumor that Future is not too happy this Drake and 21 Savage album, and
because Future and Drake did an album before,
and it makes Drake and Future album.
I couldn't remember that part. Yes, that was the big part that I was missing out on. The 21 Savage album, the 21 Savage and Drake album, the Her Loss album. Pretty much Future and Drake. Remember when they did their Jump Man and all that shit? I can't remember the name of that album. What a Time to Be Alive. When they did What a Time to Be Alive, there was no big push on that album. Besides Jumpman. Besides Jumpman, there was no real push on that album. Right? So when this happens with 21 Savage and Drake, and he's seeing all these videos and all this album budget, and 21 is taken off from this, he's like, where the fuck was that at for me? Like, where was my look? What the fuck? Like, and then we were supposed to be doing something after that, right? Drake was supposed to be doing something with Future after that, but he didn't like how he pushed Future to the side to do something with 21.
Not as important, I would say.
That's what he feels.
And that's, I mean,
Allegedly.
this is allegedly, this is all rumors. I've never heard it from Future's mouth, never heard it from Drake, never heard it from 21. But it's a alleged big rumor that's going on right now.
Where'd you hear that at, N.O.?
In the streets, with a K.
In Miami, in Florida.
In Miami, yes. I'm a Miamian. Yes, I'm a Miami.
So you heard that Future is upset with Drake because Drake did an album with 21 Savage because it makes their project down seem less important.
I would think so. You know what I mean? We never seen Jay-Z do another Best of Both Worlds. You know what I'm saying? We seen Watch the Throne.
On October 6, 2023, Drake dropped his album For All the Dogs. And on this album is a track called Fear of Heights. And it's once again speculated that Drake had more subliminals for Future when he referenced Future not having more hits to him whilst talking to Diana, and references being at the trap, which is a clear reference to Future.
He might take them.
Drake also allegedly dissed Future on the track What Would Pluto Do, which by the title, it's a Future reference as his nickname is Pluto. On the chorus, Drake once again brings up hooking up with the same girl as Future when he said this.
Last time I saw her, she was fucking with my nigga, so the question is, what would Pluto do? He fucked up, so I did it.
After this, in December 2023, it was rumored that Drake and Metro Boomin were now beefing. Drake and 21 Savage's Her Loss won the 2023 BET Award for the Best Hip Hop Album of the Year over Metro Boomin's album Heroes and Villains, and it won Top Rap Album at the Billboard Music Awards in November 2023. Out of nowhere, on December 2nd, 2023, Metro Boomin would tweet out calling out award shows for Her Loss winning Album of the Year over his album, saying, "Yet Her Loss keeps winning Rap Album of the Year over H&V. Proof that award shows are just politics and not for me. I don't care about awards, honestly. The true reward and reward is knowing that the music I spend so much time on brings joy to people's everyday lives." Metro Boomin would later delete this tweet. Drake replied by quoting his track Keep the Family Close on his IG story directed towards Metro Boomin, and he also calls out tweet and deleters in one of his Kick live streams.
Sincere thank you from me to you for an incredible year. We've been at this for a long time, and you continue to uplift me and accept me. So thank you. And to the rest of you, the non-believers, the underachievers, the tweet and deleters, you guys make me sick to my stomachs, fam. Honestly, if you guys want to look in my eyes, you guys want to do something? That's what I thought. No, that's what I thought.
To the tweet and deleters, you guys want to do something? Look at me. You guys want to do something? This was when Drake was feeling himself at most, huh?
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought.
Metro Boomin would respond to this with the skit of RDC World on Twitter.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9. It's just a joke. Come on. Don't shoot. Don't shoot.
A couple weeks later, Metro would reply to a tweet asking if him and Drake are beefing or it's not that deep, to which he replied saying, "Not deep at all, LMAO." Fast forward to March 22nd, 2024. Future and Metro Boomin dropped their collab project, We Don't Trust You, And on the opening track, titled We Don't Trust You, Future allegedly sent shots at Drake. On the second verse, Future addresses Drake sneak dissing him, calling him a fake friend, and references how they're both hooking up with the same girl.
Dog, sneak dissing, I don't understand, dog. Pillow talking, acting like a fed, dog. Can't be about a cause I'm sharing, dog.
On this album was a track called Like That with Future and Kendrick Lamar, where Kendrick would completely diss J. Cole and Drake. This also confirms further that Drake and Future are beefing. The fact that Future allowed Kendrick to completely diss Drake says a lot. Another reference was the track titled Magic Don Juan, Princess Diana, which, if you remember, that is the girl's name that Drake and Future are allegedly beefing over, so this is a clear reference to that. 2 days later, on March 24th, 2024, Drake would respond to Kendrick, Future, and Metro Boomin while on tour, saying that no one can ever mess with him.
A lot of people ask me how I'm feeling. I'm gonna let you know how I'm feeling. And listen, the way I'm feeling is the same way I want you to walk out of here feeling tonight about your fucking self. Cause you know how I'm feeling? I got my fucking head up high, my back straight, I'm 10 fucking toes down in Florida or anywhere else I go. And I know that no matter what, it's not a n**** on this earth that can ever f*** me in my life. And that's how I want you to walk out of here tonight. But in order to, you know, get yourself all gassed up, riled up, and move towards the future, sometimes you gotta acknowledge the mistakes that you made in the past, right? Right? So this is what I want you to do. Everybody in here.
That same day, Metro Boomin would respond to a tweet put out about Drake and Future beefing, saying, "Y'all dudes stop making stuff up for engagement and enjoy the music." After that, nothing else was said, but you can believe that the subliminal war between Future and Drake is far from over. But hopefully.
So, needless to say, it wasn't just over a female. It's been some undergoing things in general now. We saw Young Thug on the call talking about how Drake has done so much for Atlanta in general and opening opportunities and doors for the Atlanta rappers. That's the other underlying thing here that nobody really wants to talk about, because that would be why Future would even have an issue with him doing a 21 Savage album, right? Because again, it shits on What a Time to Be Alive, and what he's trying to do, it shits on him having the go-to Drake tag team that's supposed to be going on, the Kanye and Jay-Z thing. It shits on what he's trying to do and then replaces him with 21 Savage. That's what Future thinks, right? On top of the whole Diana thing, on top of the shady business that happened with him taking the record and putting Travis on it and keeping it for his album instead of putting it on Metro's, in which the album gets titled that he was supposed to be on with Metro, We Don't Trust You. We still don't trust you because you did some shady shit, and you keep doing shady shit. On top of there's underlying business behind the scenes of you doing more shady shit. I wonder if there is a video on. Matter of fact, I'll just play the record. Oh. I wonder if they have a little clip on just. Oh, there's a clip on this?
Y'all had the summer going crazy.
Yeah, we did.
What I thought all y'all was like cool.
I'm gonna be honest, on some rap shit, it was no conspiracies. Rose name was said. Rose, I'm gonna jump off the porch. That's what I do.
When they call Rose,
yeah. I'm gonna jump off the porch and I'm gonna have some fun, and that's what I did. I had some fun.
How do you determine who you respond to and who you don't? Because obviously, I'm in this space now, and you get.
Okay, so that's just pretty much why he didn't diss the game. Trying to find the. Matter of fact, I'll just play the record. I'll just play the record. Because it's at the end of the record anyway. Where he says it.
Do it where you want to do it. Anytime you want to do it. Them early records, nigga. When you were happy to be around, nigga. You ain't never want to be a nigga anyway, nigga. That's why you had operation to make your nose smaller than your father nose, nigga. I don't follow you, nigga, because you sent the motherfucking cease and desist to French Montana, nigga.
So yeah, he sent the cease and desist to French Montana. The No Styling record pretty much, the clearance for Drake to be on the No Styling record got removed. So he wasn't able to drop the album, pretty much. The album had got delayed and pushed back because Drake took himself off the No Styling record. Or should I say he took the clearance off him being on the No Styling record.
You said the police, nigga, hated on my dog project. That wasn't the same white boy that I seen, nigga, when we were making them early records, nigga. When you were happy to be around, nigga, seeing niggas so fucking stunning your life, nigga. Give Weezy some more money, nigga. Give Rap a lot some more money, nigga. White boy, yeah, big.
And when I heard that part, that cut in that, I was like, Raw said some other shit that he had to leave out. Raw said some shit that he had to leave out because he started to really dig into the behind the scenes that he knows about Drake. And then, of course, we would have to go down, like I said, the smorgasbord and everything else that was going on with Drake because, like I said, there was a whole clue board of different things that was going on with him and the pedophile shit, the dog mask and all. But that's why I felt, you know, I completely just washed my hands with the nigga. It's just too much shit on Monk. Then the reference tracks. The reference tracks of him, you know, Milli Vanilliing all over the place. There's just a lot of shit with Drake. There's a lot of shit with Drake that not just me, but people behind the scenes in the industry know about Drake that people are just done with him. People pretty much are just done with him. Anytime though, Swayze. Anytime you ask me, I'll do that. Anytime you ask me, I'll do that. I have fun doing it that way. Because I like I said, I live for this shit. I guess we'll keep it on music for a brief second. What time is it? Yeah, we'll keep it on music for a brief second. Oh wow, it feels like I've been here longer. It says 2.5 hours. Feels like I've been here longer. All right. So they're putting copyright strikes on the Coachella shit, right? On Coachella. So I can't do what I wanted to do with Justin, right? But I wonder if I could find the picture. Is it Hallelujah? Yeah. So this particular picture right here bothered me. Or should I say, this particular image always bothers me. Because this is around, like she said, the spring summer solstice, right? That we're entering. And we know that there's a huge sacrifice of the solstice that needs to be done. Right? There hasn't been, it's 2026. We have not lost anyone huge yet. And we always lose someone huge around this time, right before the awards. Do we not? I'm not saying I hope it's Justin. I'm saying it's a possibility it could be Justin. Reason why is because at the Coachella concert that he did, and him sitting there emotionally going through his past the way he did, going through the different records that he did, and sitting there looking at YouTube was probably, you know, one of the most, like I said, emotional things that I had ever seen as far as a concert goes from some, or should I say a performance goes from somebody. And the more I watched it, the more I just started saying to myself, is this a farewell for Justin? Is this a farewell going for Justin? That's what it started to feel like. The more I watched it, the more I saw him just sitting there on his MacBook, I should say, not his MacBook. Even going through the times where he was talking about the press and the paparazzi messing with him, and now he was a real human being with a real soul. Then I saw all the different celebrities that were actually in the crowd, like Katy Perry, who went crazy when he did Baby. Like I said, the whole thing felt like a farewell concert for Justin. Like a victory lap concert almost. And like I said, when I get these type of omens, I wish I was always wrong. But very similar to when I had, and this is the most recent one that I had that you guys experienced with me, the most recent omen I had of Tory Lanez, and then very shortly after, I said it on the podcast, I said, I feel like something's going to happen to Tory soon. And then he got stabbed up in the damn prison. We don't need to talk about it now, but I feel like it's a bad idea that he's now suing the prison for $100 million. It's not good to sue a prison while you're still in it. We'll let that story develop still. But Justin, it just looked like a going away concert for him. This whole entire thing. From him going through his stuff beforehand to him going through his features now, to who he's become as a person, it just felt like a farewell concert. And with Diddy coming home very soon, like I said, with the spring summer solstice coming around, and there hasn't been a huge death yet for 2026. As far as a celebrity or musician goes, I just unfortunately feel like it's going to be Justin very soon. And I hope I'm wrong about it. I really hope I'm wrong about it. But like I said, just so many things with this Coachella concert just pointed to it. He was a headliner at Coachella, but let's be honest. There was nothing bigger than Justin Bieber at Coachella. Coachella been going on for 2 weekends now. Ain't nothing been bigger than this. And like I said, when he got to singing Hallelujah, and this halo came over his head, I said, oh, it might be what Sloan was talking about. It might start to be time. Now, of course, let me also put context to this. This was during the song Hallelujah, of course, right? But just the symbolism of the halo going over his head is what bothered me. And would prompt me to say, I hope nothing happens to, but it feels like something will. Well, that's why I was saying that I would hope that he would come out with the truth as well, Swayze. I would really hope he comes out with the truth of everything, just that I think that they're going to take him out before he does. Because of what happened with Usher and him having that spiral out, that spaz out moment, and then him doing this at Coachella, I feel like they're possibly going to take him out in some type of way before he does. And they've already lined up the bowling pins for an overdose to happen to him. They've already lined up the bowling pins for that one. Him having a stroke, something. They've already lined up the bowling pins for it. And of course, everybody said that the fingers will be pointed at Haley. Unfortunately, in that situation, but like I said, I do unfortunately feel like something's going to happen to Bieber. And like I said, I just hope and pray that I'm wrong about it, because I thought something was going to happen around the time that Diddy was passing. I mean, around the time that Diddy was also going to jail. But I was definitely wrong as far as the timing goes with that one, because his album was also getting ready, set to come out around that same time as well. So timing was just really off as far as that goes. But now it seems like that perfect time is upon us. Unfortunately, seeing it that way. And like I said, I do hope I'm wrong, but I feel like, again, something might end up happening to Justin following post this huge performance that he's had at Coachella. That, like I said, felt like a going away with him. Let me see here. We've covered a lot. Let's see. All right. I guess I can get out my fuck you for the night, right? I can get out my fuck you for the night, right? I mean, y'all saw my Instagram post. But I'll be respectful to some degree. Let me say, Africa Bambaataa, they say, is the founder of hip hop. Thank you for hip hop. However, it's loud how quiet hip hop is for your passing. I'll say it again. It's very loud how quiet it is for your passing, African Bambaataa. That's not by coincidence. It's not by accident. None of the above. And as I'm looking at some of your record names, looking for the perfect beat, taste the funk, you know, I can't help, unlike so many others, think about what you also are known for. What a lot of people also know you for. And we ain't talking about your music. We are talking about you being a pedophile. And how hip hop, unfortunately, was founded by a fucking pedophile. So it makes a person like me, who has, you know, loved and embraced what hip hop and rap music has done for generations to come, as well as for somebody like myself, I have hip hop records, to know that this country celebrates, and some of this stuff was even founded on pedophiles. It fucks me up. Because for how long were you celebrated while it was known truth that you were a fucking pedophile? It's shit like that that burns me up inside. To know that a genre of just a culture in general that I love was founded by a fucking pedophile. And we ain't even gotta keep, you know. You ain't gotta hear from me all the time, right? I'll just let him speak.
Your perfect domain.
Hassan Campbell, the first person that, you know, spoke on this matter. They publicly
Okay. So you've always seen Bambaataa around, but then was it around 12, 13 when you actually got sort of involved in Zulu Nation and started spending more time with them?
Yeah.
Okay. And what really led you to doing that?
Well, see, growing up in Bronx River and being a part of the Zulu Nation, you had a lot of warriors that was part of the Zulu Nation. It was guys that you really, really looked up to and you wanted to be a part of them. It's almost sort of like the gang culture that's going on right now, but the difference was you had some killers in the Zulu Nation. You had some break dancers in the Zulu Nation. You had some rappers. Every once in a while you would see LL Cool J. You would see Ice-T. You would see everybody. So it's like now you got it's like right now going around Lil Wayne and Young Thug and all these younger ones right now. The kids is gonna go crazy. So now when you seeing, because it wasn't just so much about Africa Bambaataa, it was about the family. Everybody in Bronx River was part of the Zulu Nation. Our parents grew up in the Zulu Nation, and you know it was the older generations. And now you get to see the warriors, and you just wanted to be a part of that. Like, for example, you know you don't really hear his name too much. B.O. was a big inspiration in my life that made me want to be a part of the Zulu Nation, and my big brother Jerry. You know, these were dudes in that time that, you know, were strong, real strong brothers.
Okay, so you started hanging out with Africa Bambaataa. You're 13 or so at the time, and you said he was like a father to you.
Right.
And you didn't have your father around. He was in and out on drugs.
Right.
Okay. So at what point did it turn into just an innocent relationship to something going wrong?
Yeah, where do I start with that? Is him being in the house, coming with the tapes, the VCR, the Vaseline, the porn, and it's like, oh, okay, this is getting weird. Like, I'll give you an example. What one day when me and Eric was there, and we in the office / workout room, the room next to the bathroom, 1609. So we in that room, and it's a weight bench in there, and me and Eric, we working out. We on the bench pressing. Bam comes in the room. He got the Polaroid camera. And now he's convincing us, oh, look at those muscles. So now he gassing us up to take our shirt off so we could flex our muscles. And when he walked out of the room and he started doing the clicking, he clicking with the camera. Me and Eric, we looks at each other, and he was like, "Yo, you seen that episode of Different Strokes when Arnold and Dudley?" And it was the same situation with them, you know. So that takes you back to one of our experiences with Bam. This is what he do.
Okay. At what point did he actually start to molest you, though, after showing you the tapes and so forth?
Absolutely.
At that point, he started to actually...
He follows you in the bathroom. Now, when you go in the bathroom, he got to go in the bathroom with you. and he's peeing at the same time. It's like he's.
Oh, he was just the fucking disgusting with it then. And see, this is why I wanted to hear Son Cam. He was just fucking nasty and disgusting with it. You're taking pictures of little boys to have later to jerk off to, and then you're going in the bathroom with them, taking pisses with them with your dick out. Fucking disgusting.
He's incredible. Now he's timing you going to the bathroom and pissing at the same time when he's pissing. Then he comes with the young men is supposed to jerk off, and then he leaves his room door open with porn playing, and he might walk out and then just have you sitting there. And then he leaves you with the porn playing. Then he turns around, and this is how you really like. He's bugged out, and you realize how sick he really is, especially when you think back. Now he has books, and in those black books, people you never think that you would ever even expect is in those books, butt ass naked. And when you look at those books, you actually looking at stair steps of the older generation before you in those books, and him catching all these guys at a young age.
Okay, are these people that we know about these days?
Well, some of them probably. And I know in the past I done threw names out, and I said I'm gonna try my best not to really call people out. But in the streets, woo-wee. Like, yeah. I mean, the reality of it is, it's like this in Bronx River, and a lot of people don't want to admit it. One day, there was a fight, and I said this in my video that Star had put up. One day there was a fight going on. I believe it was a Roy Jones fight, and there was like 50 dudes inside the apartment watching the fight. So when I come in, I'm the last one to come into the fight. So somebody said to me, they was like, all right, Bam done tried everybody in this room. What'd he do to you? Then the whole room bust out laughing. I started laughing with him, but later on, I was like deep in thought, like, this nigga got me. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of the people that, in Bronx River, if it's 10 people in the room, Bam got 7 of them.
I mean, look, if you're gay, especially if you're a celebrity, you could find a boyfriend, or you could find a man that's willing to do things with you. I mean, being a celebrity puts you in a different kind of place when it comes to relationships. Why do you think that he was focusing on young kids as opposed to just finding someone who's 18 or older?
Because that's the whole key to it.
So I wonder if KRS-One would be one of those kids that he's talking about.
It's like I tell people all the time, when that man go to sleep at nighttime, he doesn't have a boyfriend that he's going to sleep with. It's always a child. And I'm not going to say that he's not into, grown men, but the reality of it is his history, his timeline, it's always been little boys. He's always kept little boys around him, sort of like Michael Jackson. It's always little boys around.
We've had Lord Jamar on Vlad TV a lot. One of the other things that he said is that homosexuality has no part of hip-hop.
Within hip-hop, within our parameters, to keep this hip-hop shit strong, we don't fucking wear skirts. We don't fucking ride around trying to get our dicks up from fucking transvestites and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's the shit that weakens hip-hop. You know what I mean? Like, you can be gay in your own private life if that's what you want to do. Just don't bring it into hip-hop. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not hating on the gays. I'm not homophobic. I don't have the mental disease.
Well, you got all type of people out there with all type of things, whether they be gay, straight, or whatever's out there, and they do their different style or whatever they doing on the planet. So you don't know what styles of hip-hop or what people are doing. Whatever they do behind a closed door, that's to each and all of them. So I couldn't say what that's the saying like that ain't got nothing to do with Christianity, Islam, or Judaism. Ain't got nothing to do with whatever politician or whatever's happening out there. So we cannot say who's what and who's what.
Okay, I mean, as one of the founders of hip hop, do you see like an outwardly gay rapper coming out and being accepted by the hip hop community?
I couldn't even say. You have to look online to all that to see who's a gay rapper, who said that they a gay rapper and out there rapping whatever they rapping to.
One there. All that sound like he was just copping a play. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. All that shit sounded like
the
he was
world's
just
largest, most liquid financial market with
copping a play.
Forex.com.
Why is that playing still?
Forex, or FX, involves trading one currency for another. It's a big deal.
I had to get that off. I don't know why that was playing still. All that sounded like he was just copping a plea for me. Like he didn't want to address nothing. I don't even want to play the hour and a half of him talking about it. That's what I was trying to avoid. But just the fact that he didn't even want to, like, oh, it depends upon who's this, that, and the third, and depending on what they rapping about and rapping to, and nigga, just answer the question. Do you think gayness is accepted in hip hop? You could have said yes. You could have said no. Oh, that's behind closed doors, and you gotta be protectful of that, and yeah, whatever, nigga. Whatever. We understand. What you do behind closed doors is nobody's business, but we get what you do behind closed doors, if you get what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? That's how you sounded. You could openly say that you are doing nasty shit behind closed doors. But all that sounded like to me was that wasn't a truthful man that was ready to admit what he was actually doing behind those closed doors himself. So with that, I have to say, fuck your legacy. As hip hop has already spoken out and said as well, fuck your legacy for what you have done. I hate the fact that hip hop was founded on your bullshit, and fuck your legacy, African Bambaataa. I have to keep it real and say that fuck your legacy, Africa Bambaataa. The fact that you had history books and diaries, journals of, your own personal little man-made poem books of little boys, that's disgusting, my nigga. It's fucking disgusting and despicable. And for Hassan to be a young boy himself seeing that shit, is you molesting him doing stupid ass shit like that? And from what I'm hearing, you had different people that, Hassan didn't want to publicly say. We ain't talking about just regular locals in the neighborhood type shit. It sounded like he had information, or he had, visual of, maybe a Big Daddy Kane or a Rakim or a, dare I say, a KRS-One, or even, I was thinking to myself, because I had looked it up real quick, Jay-Z had rumors of being involved with Zulu Nation. I'm like, well, who did he have in these books? That's what I started thinking, was who the fuck did he have in these books that Hassan couldn't say? Who else did this happen to? Like, why the fuck do you have these books of these little boys? Why do you have people butt ass naked in these books? What is wrong with you? And like I said, for you to be running a whole organization pretty much in the neighborhood of the Bronx, and people are looking up to you and going by your word, not knowing what you really do behind closed doors, and maybe they did and they couldn't say nothing. That's the even more fucked up part, for the years that people couldn't say nothing about you. Think about that, the years of where people couldn't even say nothing. That's the fucked up part about it. I would just hope I would just hope that a lot of those victims, even if they don't ever come forward, I hope that they find, I hope they find their way with God, and I hope they find prayer, and hope they find some type of rest at night, knowing that you're gone now. But all the shit that you've done to people, fuck your legacy, Africa Bambaataa. Fuck your legacy. And I guess while we're on the subject real quick, yeah, that's his name, Hassan Dresden. No, what the hell is his kid name? Harry Dresden. Because this was wild. Do they have a law on crime on this one? Let's see. Not law and order, but see if they have a law on crime on this one. Nope. Good. All right. Well. Oh, actually. It works.
It's every family's worst nightmare caught on Ring camera. A deranged man shows up on a California doorstep demanding to be let inside.
This is my neighborhood. Open the door now, or I will end you.
And when the family refuses to open the door, he lets himself inside. This is Scandal, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Sierra Gillespie. The video we're about to show you today is perhaps the best ad for doorbell cameras out there. No one wants something bad to happen to them or to their families, but if things do get dicey, we all want a camera there to capture the evidence. And that's just what happened here. A 30-year-old suspect showed up on a young family's doorstep and began acting erratically, to say the least. Video from inside the house shows the father and husband defending his home from the stranger who reportedly broke in through a sliding door.
I'm giving you a check. Get the out of my house.
If you're interested in cases like this one, we're talking top true crime news, body cams, interrogations, and deep dives into some of the most scandalous of cases, then make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss anything. Now onto the case of Jason Thomas Nichols. Today's scandal takes us to Fairfield, California, a city about an hour north of San Francisco, just neighboring Napa and Sonoma counties. And that's where, on April 7th, things got a little weird.
Hello?
Hi there, can you open this door, please?
For what?
I just want to make sure that everything's okay. There seems to be something going on.
Everything started normally enough. A man approached the front door of a Fairfield home and asked for the door to be opened. According to the Fairfield Police Department, at the time, only a pregnant mother and her 5-year-old son were inside the home. Her husband had just left, but turned around and headed back home when he noticed this man on his Ring camera video who was asking to be let inside.
What do you mean?
I don't know, I just figured I'd check on something.
I don't know what you want, man. Get out of my house.
At the time, no one knew who the suspect was. He was just a man wearing a trench coat and a Demon Slayer anime shirt. He's since been identified as 30-year-old Jason Thomas Nichols. And to start, Jason was pretty calm. But after he kicked the front door, things escalated.
Open this door. Where's your daughter, man? Where's your daughter, man?
What are you talking about?
Where's your daughter? Who's in there with you?
Bro, if you don't leave...
Open this door, I'm breaking the down. You understand me?
Jason asks about a girl inside the house, the homeowner's daughter. But to be clear, the homeowner does not have a daughter. But this delusion of Jason's will continue as the video goes on.
Open this door, I'm breaking the down. You understand me? Leave my house. You don't... Are you okay? Is everyone in this house okay? What? Everyone's okay. What do you want?
So he just walked up to a random nigga house, asked for a random nigga daughter that don't exist, asking is everybody okay? What movie does he think he's in?
You can hear the homeowner in this next clip calmly asking Jason to please leave.
Can you leave my house, please? Can you open the door, please? You have nothing to do with my house. Can you leave my house? You know what my name is? I don't know who you are. You don't belong to this neighborhood. That's for sure. This is my neighborhood, though. Yeah, I live there. I don't know you. My name is Harry Dresden, mother. Open the door. This is my neighborhood. Open the door. Now, or I will end you. Do you understand me?
Jason, or Henry Dresden as he introduced himself, then goes off the rails. Jason wasn't able to get into the house through the front door, but police...
Now at that point, right? At that point, who... I hate to say it like this, but there are some neighborhoods where if he was to do this in a black neighborhood, he would have gotten shot a long time ago. He would have gotten shot. He would have probably gotten pulled into the house and gotten his ass whipped. He would have gotten, someone would have pulled up on him behind him, fucked his ass up. At the same time, I get why you don't open the door for a crazy nigga, looking nigga like this, right? With glasses and whatnot. You don't open the door for a crazy looking nigga like this, because he might have something on him that's even worse. That nigga might have a whole bomb on his jacket, ready to end it all. You just never know with crazy niggas like this. I don't know about anybody else, but I probably would have been called 911 soon as the nigga started knocking on the door asking for a daughter that I don't have.
Say he was able to break in through a sliding glass door, and there's video.
And see, at that point, I am whipping your ass. At that point, I am beating the dog shit out of you. You have entered my home, disturbed my privacy, fucked up my world. I am fucking you up.
Video of him inside the house too, seemingly looking for this 13-year-old girl.
Where the is she?
Soon as he turned the corner, it would have been hands and feet across this nigga's skull. It would have been all types of shit hitting him upside his head. The chair would have came out from nowhere. The bat, everything in my house is getting hit upside this nigga dome piece.
Jason begins calling for a man named Victor, but there's no one there by that name.
Victor, you around? Huh? You like girls? Huh? You trying me? I swear to God, I'll kill you. Do you understand me?
It's about this time when the homeowner finally gets back to the house and confronts Jason face to face.
You hey, where's she? Out my house, dumbass! You think you can shut me, mother?
Jason is still talking about this little girl who he believes is inside.
See, that's the lucky part. He wasn't home. He wasn't home at first. Like I said, it wouldn't have been no way. It wouldn't have been no way that nigga get in my house.
There's no you liar. I can hear her. I can you son of
It sounds like the homeowner is on the phone with 911 as he confronts Jason.
Man, hurry the I'm gonna drag his out. I'm telling you. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to, bro?
Yeah, it sound like to me, the neighbor has him calmly helm the fuck up. Luckily, that neighbor, this resident is very sure. He sound like he got him calmly in a headlock, talking to the police in the other hand.
Stand the around. Who the do you think you are? My name is Henry Dresden. Get the out of my house. I know you're screaming. There's no one up there. Get the out of my third room, bro. Walk the out. What's the third room? Walk the out. I'm telling you, I'm giving you a chance right now, man.
Here's where you see the homeowner for the first time, and he's armed with a shovel.
I'm giving you a chance. Get the out of my house. What's the third room, bro? I'm telling you, get the out of my house. Please.
See, it ain't no more telling. I'm swinging. I done said it the third time already. I'm swinging this shovel till you actually are crawling out this motherfucker at that point. This shovel going upside your fucking noggin.
Just answer the question. Get the out of my house. Answer the question, please. There's no one in there. There's 3 rooms, man. I don't know who you are.
All of this.
It's like I said, it ain't no discussion at this point. Swing, my nigga. Swing.
Sudden, after minutes of high intensity, a flip switches.
Are you military? Yes. Okay. Can you help me out? Okay. Yes. I understand what you're going through right now. Yes. Can you step outside? Yes, sir. Thank you. Will. Thank you for asking. There's something going on this street, bro. Bro, everything's fine. Please step outside. Okay. Well, sit there. Sit on the ground, please. Yes, sir.
One mention of the military, and Jason suddenly responds. He steps outside, and police are able to arrest him on the scene.
Put your hands on your head. Stand up and turn around. Don't move. Don't move.
Harry Dresden is an escaped MK Ultra project from the military.
You can't hear it on that video, but you can pick up the audio from the Ring camera that is still recording inside of the house.
How you doing? There's a little girl trapped in this house. Can you go check her, please?
And several officers do head inside and check.
Fairfield Police, is anybody inside? Let's just clear it.
Fairfield Police Department. They said they were not inside. Fairfield Police Department.
Back outside, Jason is taken into custody. Both Jason and the homeowner, the father who approached him with the shovel, sustained head injuries during this incident. According to a release from the Fairfield Police Department, Nichols was transported to North Bay Medical Center for treatment and was later booked into the Solano County Jail. This incident happened on April 7th, but a few days later on April 12th, the Fairfield Police Department got another call from a witness. This person reported that Jason was acting strange with the homeowner's 5-year-old child on April 5th. That would have been 2 days before he's seen on the Ring camera outside the home. For this report and the original incident, Jason now faces multiple charges, including burglary, assault, vandalism, criminal threats, and annoying or molesting a child under 18. Jason appeared in court on Monday, where a judge upped his bond to $250,000 from an original amount of $35,000. The judge noted the threat Jason could pose to the community if released, saying the safety of the victims is paramount. All right, this is quite a story. Let's bring on today's guest to walk us through it all. It's retired detective Matt Irvine, who is from kind of right around where all of this happened. You grew up in the San Francisco area. This happened in Fairfield. So I guess, Matt, just...
Okay, so we're going to have to listen to this guy's thing, but like I said, it's just the thought of a nigga even trying some shit like that, right? This is the thought of a nigga trying some crazy shit like that. I don't know about y'all, but like I said, hands and feet is going across a nigga head. You come up with my shit like that. Talking about, so, where is she? I know there's a third room. Had this third right nigga. Had his hung. This show hung. Hung. It's not going to be no discussion after I done asked you to get out of my house the second time. I might not make it to the third before I hurt your ass some more. I'm just telling you. The police gonna find you a bloody fucking pope by the time you get escorted out my property. I'm telling you. It's gonna be some smoke in this shitty. If a nigga try that shit. Bruh. But yeah, man. All right. I guess we can leave out on the high note, on the high funny note, right? We can leave out on a high funny note. I thank everybody for coming on in. Swayze World, boxing. What's going on? My apologies. I didn't see you when you got in here. My apologies. Chum, calm down. My voice getting hoarse. DJ Big Gang. What had happened was Artemis Flair, straight from DC. Thank everybody for tuning in this evening. I see it's about 3 in the morning. See, I left at a reasonable time this time. Usually I leave about 4 a.m. sometime that time. I'm leaving at a reasonable time. It's only 2 o'clock my time. But you don't see me tomorrow. You will have Doja Cat will be on Patreon tomorrow. Doja Cat will be on Patreon tomorrow. So gonna leave on out of here the same way we came on in. Well, it was quiet when we came on in. So peace.
Never heartbreaker, taste love, a heart saver, a heart prayer that awaken his God layer. True art maker, hand solo, no partaker. Walker upon skies, my style, I Darth Vader, my cognac. I sit back and sit that. Family doing good in the present, my gift rap, I'm fine. Staying high for the lows I was used to. Like robbing off a plane, niggas still trying to boost you. High your praise, I'm dying when the Jews up the top. Guaranteed you get the itis on my food for thought. Just digesting the fact now I got fruits of labor. This melanin pomegranate, I'm your newest flavor. Tell my newest hater, stay with the lesser than, I'm due for greater. Breaking down trees is what I used to do for paper. I look around how it's going right now. I gotta look up and thank God like wow. Been new, I've always been good finding my way alone. And if your misery love company, I'm staying home. Straight chillin', chillin'. Straight chillin', chillin', yeah. And I've always been good finding my way alone. See if your misery no company, nigga, staying home. Straight chillin', chillin', straight chillin', chillin', yeah.
See little shit like that. lets me further know what it is you really do.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.